How's it going, legends? Just a quick shout out to the brands that keep us going. LJ Fab and Hampton's Media Services. Cheers, guys. Now let's hit today's episode. Yo. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Beautiful. Alrighty, welcome back to the HEYBIGMAC podcast. This is going to be the first Boys in the Bush episode. I'm sitting down with Mitch Farrell and Tommy Baker from Explore Life.
How are we, guys?
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, what a day we've had.
Oh, it's been so sick. Wheeling.
Wheeling, breaking
Massive
stuff,
day of wheeling,
water holes.
breaking shit, and now we're sitting around a campfire somehow with a podcast.
We've got a podcast set up
Unbelievable.
around, this is our second filmed episode.
Oh.
Thanks to Tommy supplying a camera.
Oh, yeah. Thanks to
Right.
Explore Life.
Yeah, bloody guns they are.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Running it off the GU.
Yep.
The
Off the big
GU's
system.
powering. So,
Drawing some big amps.
that's it. Oh, how's today, boys? We did some cool little tracks to kickstart day one of the episode.
Yeah, we did. We took the Collie, the 79, and the GU straight into the hardest tracks in Kenilworth.
Yeah,
We tried to find some pretty difficult stuff, and we did all right.
we did very well.
Well, speaking of the day, Macca, how'd you go on the first track, mate? What happened there?
Oh, yeah.
I made it 5 metres, 10 metres into the first track, and I just hear an explosion.
Bang.
Bang, I've blown it. I think it's a front hub.
Yeah, front
So,
up.
Oh, we were meant to fix that tonight.
yeah, that's a morning job.
That's a morning
That's
job.
a
for
morning
sure.
job. So, yeah, that was unfortunate. So, all day I've been running around three-wheeling, lifting wheels, letting the VDJ sing.
Oh, up all those
So-
hill climbs, big wheel lifts.
Yeah,
So sick.
it's definitely going to be a video to watch out for.
I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah.
So sick.
Kicked off the day, had a feed.
Yep.
CJ's Bakery in
Yeah.
Woodford.
Pretty good pie.
It's a
fucking
$14 meal with the
Yeah.
chips and your choice of pie and drink
Yeah.
and gravy.
Where are bargains like that even? They're not even around anymore.
No, they're
No.
not. You wouldn't read about it.
So we kicked off, had some food, drove an hour or so down to the
Yeah.
track, geared
Yeah.
up. Oh, Tommy nearly ran over a snake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
My bloody Paso Mitch, we were just rolling. I was talking to the boys over the GME and bang, he's like, snake.
yeah,
And
it
I
was a
like,
big boy.
"What?" And then Mac picked it up.
Yeah, I went back, grabbed him, get him off the road, and I picked
Yeah.
him up, and he pissed on me. So,
He did.
but yeah, he had a crack the first time, and the
Yeah.
second time, and then the third time he let me pick him up and get him
Yeah.
off the track, and yeah, he was tame as. So
Mint.
No,
He's
that's
a
not
big
different.
boy.
You
Big
couldn't
snake.
catch me anywhere around snakes, man.
yeah,
That
no,
was-
you're definitely freaking out.
I hate
Standing a
those
few
things,
metres
bro.
back.
Yeah, and then we sort of found a couple of nice little tracks,
Yeah.
did them.
Yeah.
Um,
Got some good shots.
the hill where we filmed the intro, the lookout.
How
That was a
good
cool
that?
little spot. Just
Yeah.
spectacular spot. Top of like Kenilworth, basically.
Yeah.
Kenilworth, Conondale area.
Yeah.
And mad lookout.
Oh,
So,
it was sick. 360-degree views. The
Yeah.
track's up there. Cheeky intro.
Yeah.
For something
That's
so
sick.
close to home, I didn't know it was so nice.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of them things that when you live in a certain place, you never go do things around you.
Yeah.
You always travel away.
Yeah.
But to have this in our backyard, super nice.
It's mint.
So sick. So many good tracks. So many
Right.
good views.
Like, especially for me, just like you're saying, in our backyard, like I haven't done half the spots we've done today ever.
No.
Yeah.
So,
No,
like-
I've been to Balloomba Creek, and that's it.
yeah.
But I'll travel 6 hours south,
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
hours north to
I'm
go
the
camping.
same, yeah.
It's pretty crazy when things are around you that you don't really do much.
Yeah.
Like, we're camping in Parklands, Kenilworth tonight.
Yeah.
I've stayed here once before, probably a year ago when I first got the cruiser.
Yeah.
And it's still just as nice. Like, they actually look after this joint.
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautifully mowed grass.
Yeah, it's nice.
Stop it.
You have a highlight of the day?
Ooh.
Probably that hill where we all decided to absolutely send.
Yeah, that was.
Is that the last one?
It was the second last, like that same hill, but the first.
The one where
step up.
Tommy broke the GU.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you blew the boot off the
Yeah.
turbo.
Straight
Yeah, I
off the
just
turbo.
decided that I wanted to make the clip exciting, so I
Yeah.
thought I would just fly up there.
Yeah.
So sick. 4J singing.
For an IFS vehicle, I've actually been
going well.
quite surprised.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx, I've just jinxed myself. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably snap the whole front end in half.
Yeah. You know what? I really hope.
Hey,
you
it's
find
getting
that.
replaced.
Good content.
Exactly. It's getting cut out
Ooh.
anyway, so it doesn't really
It's getting
matter.
cut
Yeah.
out.
Have you announced that at all yet?
Yeah, so this is actually where I messed up, I guess.
Yeah.
I announced that I was doing it probably 3 months ago, and
Yeah.
it was all, the ball was rolling, it was all good. Then I hit a wall with money.
Yeah.
As you do, being an apprentice, we all hit walls with money. So the kit was 10 weeks away, and then I forgot to put the deposit down.
Oh,
I'd
no.
also then dropped all of my money on my tray.
Yeah.
So I'm currently in the process of dealing with marketplace people,
Yep.
trying to sell my jet ski. So once I sell my
right.
jet
Yeah.
ski, deposit goes down, we start getting that together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so like realistically, we're looking at like October finishing
Yeah.
date.
Okay.
That's still doable.
That's pretty good.
After
Yeah.
after we go to Cape.
Yeah, that
So-
is exciting. We've definitely got to touch on that. this
Yeah,
podcast.
I'm trying. Well, I'm catching up with Mick next week. And
Yeah.
I think we're going to touch a little bit more on when we go out to Fink.
Right.
So talk something out there. But
Big Cape trip.
yeah, like Sam Young gave a bit of a teaser into what you're doing as well on his YouTube.
Yeah, he did definitely announce it a little bit because I'm actually getting Sam Young's old diff out of his 80 series because I don't know if you've watched his channel, but he's thrown GU diffs underneath his 80 series. So I've bought his old 80 series diff.
Which are
And-
immaculate.
Oh,
Beautiful.
man. It's just done highway Ks, slotted rotors, upgraded brakes. Like, it is the perfect diff for a conversion.
Grandpa spec car.
Yeah, exactly. So it's better than buying a clapped out diff
Yeah.
for too much money from a wrecker.
Yeah.
So we've got that perfect diff. And then Ironhide supplying the kit. And then I've got some coilovers coming from Fat Bars.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Still staying leaves in the rear. We're just doing leaf over rear for now.
Yep.
But we will end up coiloving the rear eventually.
So it's going to be a big boy.
Yeah, so it's 14 inches higher than standard.
Mm.
Oh,
Bonnet should be around your nose.
that's sick.
That's going to be as tall as my car, if not taller.
That's huge.
That's the plan.
Oh my
That's
God.
going to be huge.
And for such a small cab car, it's going to look pretty massive.
Big 35s.
Oh, 100%. Or 37. Depends what the
Ooh.
diffs and gearbox can hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you should be able to get 35s and 37s on there pretty easily.
Yeah, she's a 4J, mate. Isuzu.
It'll definitely fit. It's just whether or not the ratios are nice. I might have to swap the diffs out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But, that's the things that come when you build big cars.
Yeah. Issues you run into.
Exactly.
Yep.
Are you still running the same diff smacker?
I'm standard disc
Yeah, right.
still.
And you haven't blown them up with how you drive?
No, I have blown them up.
Oh, I was going to say. That'd make a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, that's already happened before. As example, today will be probably my 6th or 7th hub that I've broken in this ute.
Oof.
So
my
it's
God.
like the hubs are a weak point, which is great because you can just unbolt them off the side and bolt one
Yeah.
back on and you're good to go.
How much power are you running through that thing?
It's only like 180 horsepower.
What?
So it's tuned like very like
Responsibly.
just calmly,
Yeah.
but it's real torquey down low. So I've
Yeah.
got heaps of torque when I take off.
Yeah.
But at my high speeds, I've got nothing. But if you don't any more than 120 in that car, you're like doing something wrong. So they're not made to go quick on the top end.
Yeah.
But towing around the trailers, when I did get it tuned,
Yeah.
it just takes off with a 2-3 ton trailer like
Yeah.
nothing. So
Big
yeah,
VDJ.
Like I noticed today, you would spin off the line every time you gave it a gutful.
Yeah.
It would just tear the tyres.
so torquey down low, which is great.
That's exactly
So
what you
sick.
want in a four-wheel drive.
Especially on the tracks we're at today. Like there's no issues hill starting and anything like that.
The GU sucks.
Yeah.
Absolutely sucks. This twin turbo ZD in this thing is gutless.
Yeah.
Like, it actually is horrible.
Just drop a VDJ into the GU.
Oh, VDGU.
Maddie teased it. Let's do it.
Oh, it has to happen. This thing, like, it is so gutless. We were pulled into the campsite, and because there were so many people around, I wanted to pull back down the hill
Yeah.
because I didn't want to rev the shit out of it.
Didn't want to make a scene in front of everyone.
Yeah, I didn't
Especially
want-
when everyone already knows the car.
Yeah.
Like even pulling into camp, people are running out on the road
Yeah.
saying g'day. Like that's
Asking
awesome.
for photos. It's pretty cool.
And, that's what we do it for. Like, that's why we love it.
Oh, 100%.
As a fan, so
Seeing those fans today was, pretty eye-opening for
Yeah.
sure.
what's going on with your setups, Tommy? You've got this today, which is part of obviously you being on the show
Yeah. Yep.
or the YouTube channel of Explore Life.
Yep.
Then you've got your own car.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Like, I have a 120 series Toyota Prado,
Yeah.
the Mum Bus, the mighty Mum Bus.
Yeah, beautiful.
I daily drive that thing, 1,300 Ks a week to and from Mr. Explore Life HQ.
Yep.
It's comfy, reliable, quiet, powerful. It's a great little car.
Perfect. That's all you need.
It's all I need. Yeah, she's running a little rooftop on it now, 2-inch lift. Got all the basics in it for
Yeah.
nice little weekend getaways, but Yeah, she's a great little car.
And the world's best budget 12-volt setup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, TikTok loved that.
Yeah.
Nice little $50 battery system in it.
That's all you need.
Oh, yeah,
Get away, back to basics.
Yeah, a couple AAA batteries from Bunnings and a couple $5 lights, and we're away.
Sorry, but did you say 1,300 kilometres a week?
1,300 Ks a week, bro.
Oh my god.
What? I didn't even click with that. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah.
on, let me just do some maths. 1,300 divided by 5 days a week, 6 days a week.
Yeah, 5.
That is 260 kilometres a day you're driving to and from work.
Yeah.
So what's 130 Ks each way?
Yeah.
Oh, that's if you
Tolls,
Uh,
hills, overtaking lanes, but you got to do it. You got to love it. And
Yeah.
yeah,
you've got
got an alright
for
job.
someone your age, you've got a world first opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. There's no way I could have said no to this opportunity. Maddie put it on the table when I would have driven into New South Wales for it.
Jeez.
Yeah, so how old are you?
I'm 18, like just
18,
I'm
you're
fresh
already
18.
living this life.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
You are
pretty
7
stoked.
years ahead of me.
You guys are doing pretty well.
Yeah,
You guys are doing all right.
Like I've only really gotten into like social media over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
But it's just I've found my spot with forward driving,
Yeah.
good mates, people doing the same thing.
It's a passion.
Yeah, you just got to live it, I suppose.
Got to live it. Got to love it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be traveling all that way if I didn't love it.
no. And I mean, we don't build these utes for sit at home in the car
Yeah.
park. Like, we
100%.
get out here and do it.
Yeah,
So,
and we're doing it.
yeah,
We are
definitely
doing
doing it.
It's actually good to see that, as such, like even a clean, I think your build is quite clean. It looks very nice. It's presented well,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
but you still drive the fuck out of it.
Oh, you sent it
That's-
so hard today. So
That's the
hard.
aim with it. Like, if you get everyone that gets up close to my ute, like on Instagram and everything, it looks like it's nice and polished and
Yeah.
perfect. But you get up close and there's dints in nearly every single panel. The whole tray, like I keep rattle cans in the car just because I
Yep.
touch up the tray and the canopy and stuff like that. It's built to wheel. And
So good. And you sent it so hard today. That thing roared. Unbelievable.
3-4 meters up a track on 3 wheels.
So good.
We don't want to spoil the videos too much,
Nah.
but
Oh, the video. Oh, actually, no.
Uh-oh.
It won't be out yet. It'll still be a while
No,
away.
but- so
look out for that.
by the time this gets released,
Yeah.
I think you're probably going to be a month
Yeah.
off from when
Yeah.
this gets, like the Explore Life video gets
Yeah.
posted. So,
Look out for that one for sure.
yeah.
This video is going to be cool.
We'll have in the descriptions as well, we'll have
Yep.
your channels there, but we'll have the
Sweet.
Explore Life YouTube there.
Yep.
And then when the video goes live,
And
if
it'll be
you're
vice versa.
listening to this a couple of months down the line,
Yeah.
it'll be linked there as well so you can find that video.
Tease a couple clips. We're
Yeah.
filming this episode.
Yeah. So we'll probably get a couple of little Instagram clips out of this one.
Yeah, cool.
So
Sick.
it'd be just fun, interesting. I'm keen to see how like the clips on that online go. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, we don't have the best lighting here, but we're
Yeah.
just running off a couple of camp lights, and
It's the way you got to do it, eh?
It's-
I'm loving it.
this is sort of like a separate segment I want to bring in. Like,
Yeah.
it's so easy to do a podcast in a studio,
Yeah.
but who's going out wheeling on the tracks all day and then setting up at camp with a podcast? Like,
No one.
it's pretty easy to set up and, you know, throw a camera on around the fire with a couple of blokes, but setting
Yeah.
up a podcast is a bit different.
Oh, let's go. A few camp chairs, a few lights.
I mean,
Got a podcast.
everyone that hasn't, obviously I haven't done visuals yet,
Yeah.
but like at home I've got all like the mic set up, mounts,
Yeah.
good chairs. It's proper. Like, and then we've stabbed the mics into the ground, zip tied them to chairs.
Yeah.
We've got cables running everywhere.
You've got your
It's part of the fun.
on your lap.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the podcast? I thought that was your wiring in your back seat.
They both look just as bad.
You've done a really. I like how your consistency.
Yeah.
You've kept it in the podcast the same scene as your wiring in the back.
Maybe I should get some like conduit wiring for all this.
Keep it clean.
Put it all together in a big harness.
Yeah.
Yep. No. Mitch, you've changed jobs recently from the old built not bought.
Yeah, so originally I was working with Sammy from Build Not Bought.
Mm.
I was his mechanic for about a year there, but we always had the deal that once I was having a bit of a gap year from my apprenticeship that I'd go back and finish my apprenticeship. As you should as a young fella. If you're going to start something, you might as well finish it.
Yep.
So I've worked my way down to Enhanced Auto Works. We're doing a lot of suspension trade stuff down there. So I'm finishing off my trade down there and then probably stick with them for a fair while.
Yeah.
See where that takes me because those boys are doing a lot.
Yeah.
They're definitely expanding that business. So we'll keep going down there. So it was a great experience working with Sam and something very different for someone my age.
I bet.
Especially from where I came from. Never thought that was going to be how it was. You know, you watch him on YouTube and then you go, holy shit, now I'm actually here.
Yeah.
So super grateful for that experience. It was very cool and it obviously got me here.
Yeah.
Got me around with all the guys and kind of got me more into four-wheel drives because realistically I actually wasn't into four-wheel driving.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
What was your thing?
Motorbikes.
Oh,
so I had a four-wheel drive, but I wouldn't really use it. I would just use it to go camping maybe once every 6 months kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then lately, obviously, the people that I'm around have started to grow the obsession a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of grown on me like a rash.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, if you get with the right people in this industry, everyone wants to go wheeling, wants to go camping, trips.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And there's so many people doing it. Like, I could name probably 3 or 4 different events this weekend that people are going to.
Yeah.
That, you know, there's always that option if you want to go close to home, go 6 hours away. Next week we're going to Fink. Like, that's 30 hours.
Speaking
So
of your
cool.
trips, aren't you literally leaving from here tomorrow afternoon to go up to Banana Drags?
Yeah.
And then you're going to Fink next week?
Yeah, so basically this week's been hectic, getting the ute ready, come out here for 2 days, and then basically tomorrow afternoon I'll pack up, go home, change a few clothes and stuff out, pack a few extra little things that I do need for Fink that I didn't need for these 2 days.
Yep.
Straight up to Benaraby, 2 days at Benaraby, go for the King of the Strip, and then it's Sunday morning basically wake up, load up, shop, and straight out to Fink and Alice. Spend the week out there, watch a couple of the boys pre-running, and then it's just straight back as soon as we can.
Are you racing your car at the strip?
No.
I was going to say that'd be really game
Yeah.
to race your car a day before you've got to go to the Fink, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, no, I definitely pulled the pin on that. I was just like, it's not happening because I went up last year to the King of the Strip, and that's actually the first day where I started my trip to Cape York last year. So, did first stop King of the Strip. Second stop was like, I think it was just past Rocky. I went to a little spot called Notch Point.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was like straight to Cairns. So,
sick.
Yeah, I was pushing through, but it seems to be like the perfect time of the year where I can just start a trip and go.
Yeah, it's like the only really time you can go to Cape is around, realistically, good season of Cape's 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the boys, I know Connor Duffy and them went up probably
April. He went
Man.
after Rocky Nats, and I was like, dude, that is so early, but it looked unreal.
It looked unreal, and they said they were the first on a lot of the tracks, pushing tracks. That would be a really cool experience to push tracks.
Yeah.
But as you saw, he took a long time to do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not one of them things that you've got to rebuild the bridges.
Yeah.
You've got to cut out all the tracks. Like, if you're going to Cape first of the season, you've got to be really prepared.
I was talking about it, for anyone that heard, like early on in the first few episodes, I was talking about going up like start of May to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And like boys were already planning to go in April. I was just like, that is so early. But they did it and
sent it.
They could, so
cool.
Why not?
Yeah, we went around September, October last year, I think.
Yeah.
Around then, and that was a bit late in the season. That's when like all the things were shutting up. Bramwell Station, there was no one really there, and it was a bit too dry.
Yeah.
So
it was crazy to see when, because I went up basically this time last year, so June really, and I was water like up to my mirrors deep in some crossings, and it was just like proper water everywhere. And then I watched your video going up in September, dry.
Yeah.
Like
the water there is like it drops so quickly and so drastically that when we went through even Palm Creek, it was dry.
Yeah.
All the tracks out were all dry. We had like a few water crossings, but nothing came over our bonnet.
Yeah. And like, well, you would have looked at, everyone watched, the best comparison was like Sammy went up, Matt went up.
Yeah.
There was a few of them that did the first trip at the start of the season last year.
Yeah.
And they were building tracks and doing everything. And they were filming Nolan's where they're bonnet deep in their cars, and they're not small cars either.
No, big boys.
And then they go up in these budget builds and there's just nothing.
Yeah. Like there was that sequence in those Cape videos where they spent an entire afternoon and morning building that track for all the boys, the Your Mates truck, the 79 and the Patriot.
That was Palm Creek, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Palm. And then roaring up there.
And I was only like probably 2-3 weeks behind them,
Really?
and it was already like clapped. Like went through there, and like I got the videos on my Instagram,
Yeah.
and I'm just 35-inch traps struggling, just swamping out, and I'm just going, how the hell did they get up through here
With a
like,
camper trailer.
with a camp trailer?
Yeah.
Like
That's
It's-
another thing about the Cape is the volume of people that go through.
it's
Yeah.
insane.
Like the boys even said when they went up and you went up, they reckon when we did Gunshot, literally only 3-4 months later, it had gone back 2 foot.
Holy
So the entrance for Gunshot had moved its way 2 foot backwards just from the amount of people dragging their belly
Yeah.
plates down Gunshot.
Wow.
Do you
Just
think the
digging it out.
volume of cars to do that?
Well, fun fact about that, the original Gunshot line, so the one that everyone filmed last year, or majority of people filmed last year, like that used it for the budget challenge, there's the one to the left of that, if you're looking down it, the one to the left's the original line. You can't even get to it anymore.
Yeah, it was all
So-
washed out, all clapped. Like,
I did it last year, so I did Gunshot twice last year. I did the original line and the new line. And about 3-4 weeks later, one of the other boys and you went up there, and I said, I'll do that line. And he's like, we can't even walk to it. He said,
Oh,
like, that's
God.
how much it moved back. They couldn't even get a car through to it. So, like, this year, from now on, no one's ever going to do the original Gunshot line.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Like,
I've
Crazy.
never been to the Cape. Never
Yeah,
done the
it's-
Cape. Never, like, dreamed. I've dreamed of doing that trip.
I still reckon Cape York last year was a trip that made me sit back and go, why am I working every single week of my life
Yeah.
and not
Doing
experiencing what I'm building this shoot for and what I'm actually
Yeah.
passionate about? And then that was like the deciding factor of this
Wow.
year going like, all right, I've quit my job, like stop running the business. I'm helping boys labour, and
Yeah.
now I'm focusing
Sending it.
110% on social media.
So awesome that you've
Right.
made that decision and have
that's a
gone for
really
it.
big jump, and that's a big risk.
It's a huge
Yeah.
risk.
But you'll learn with risks that if you don't take the risk, you never know.
You're
That's
doing
it.
a podcast,
But
bro.
you can
Who's
already
doing
see-
a
Yeah,
podcast?
like
You can already see it paying off.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
getting there. Like just not so much money coming in, but the support that I've received from brands and other creators. And
Yeah.
are you looking for a new tray or canopy? Well, the legends over at LJ Fab can do just that. From flexible designs to full custom work, they will have your rig covered and looking good. Based out of Chinchilla, Queensland, only a few hours from Brisbane, they offer in-house options or shipping Australia-wide, so you can't miss out. So if you're looking for your next steel or aluminium tray or canopy for your rig, make sure you get in contact with the team over at LJ Fab to check availability and make a booking so you don't miss out. Also let them know that you came from the Hey Big Mac podcast and they will look after you. Thanks, legends. Back to today's episode. Like even you yourself, like invite me out on this trip.
Yeah.
It's everything that we can help progress
Oh, 100%.
the industry of like forward
Like,
driving and
there's
touring
a
and
1,000 people out there that we
I'll
could have
take it
brought
up.
on the trip. Cheeky Tilly.
toss him across.
No, I'm already double parked.
Wait till you guys hear this. Everybody quiet. Listen to this. A bit of ASMR for us all.
Oh.
Ooh.
What does that sound like? That sounds like a Your Mates Tilly.
Oh, that sounds like a Your Mates
Beautiful.
Tilly.
Your mate's gonna love this.
It's not even brought to you by Your Mates. We're just drinking it.
Yeah. Oh, well, one day.
One day.
One day.
You keep working away at these podcasts, you know, we got to get a sponsor somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no one else doing a podcast out there in this industry. There's no one else sitting around a campfire in Kenilworth
And like,
doing a podcast.
well, last week I sat down with Sam. Yeah, only yesterday.
Yeah.
But this will come out a week after Sam's, I think.
Yep.
And I sat down with Sam and he said the exact same thing. Like, a lot of people have tried it and never stayed consistent.
No.
And that's my only goal with this is I've got to stay consistent. I've got to go weekly. And like, I suppose it's the same sort of mentality you've got is
Yep.
you got to drop a video every week no matter
Every week, yep.
And-
Explore Life has been like that for a couple years now.
what. Forever. Yeah.
And everybody sits down on a Sunday arvo, 4 p.m, ready
Yeah.
with a beer in hand
Mm.
to head onto YouTube and see a video.
Yeah, and it's like you've set up your market where you finish everyone's week. Like they sit down
Yeah.
on the Sunday, they're done for the week.
Yeah.
And then they watch a video and relax, and then
Yeah.
you know,
Matty.
and they go back into their week with it's just like a fresh start.
Yeah, he smashed it with Sunday.
And Sunday's like, think about it, that's your recovery day.
Yeah.
You've done all your chores.
Yep.
You spent your weekend, and
Yeah.
generally Sundays you're a little bit hungover and you want to lay in bed.
Yeah.
Pretty
What do
much.
you do when you lay in bed? You watch an Explore Life video.
YouTube, baby.
Yeah.
Then you go, damn, I might do that next weekend.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing about, I think, I've found making content. You got to make content to inspire.
Yeah.
You can't make content for yourself just because you want to go somewhere. You got to
No.
make content to inspire, and that's exactly what all you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much like you see people. You can definitely see the difference in people that are making content for themselves and
Yeah.
people that are making content for other people and will do things for other people.
Yeah.
Just you see the passion and excitement behind a camera when someone's thoroughly interested in what they're doing.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
100%.
sure.
Like even today out on the tracks, like you see all the behind the scenes before something's actually
Yeah.
done, and like not everyone ever gets that opportunity to go and see an Explore Life video filmed behind the scenes and what we're doing, what we're getting up to, and it's just everyone's excited, they're laughing, we're running around,
Yeah.
like it's just
We were having a ball,
It's
and like
good.
in front of the camera, but then off the camera, we're
Yeah.
still giggling, laughing, talking to each other over the radios.
just little skits we're filming in
Yeah.
between, and
The
So
fact that you
cool.
can call this a job,
Yeah,
that's
It's a dream.
everybody's dream.
it's the dream
it's a dream.
for sure. It is definitely the dream.
Right, and it's hard to say, but some people have it and some don't.
Yeah,
Like it's you hear it so much. Like all I've done is growing up listen to podcasts when I'm working because I work by myself.
yeah,
And you hear everyone says now, like, you go ask a kid at school what do they want to be. Like when we grew up, it was like I'm going to be a builder or a fireman or
yeah,
a policeman or a tradie, a doctor. Like, and now it's like I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be like this next influencer entrepreneur. Like it's the next footy star or whatever it is, and it's all because of social media that
yeah.
kids
pumping it.
see that. And
But the hardest thing about this is this isn't a job that you apply for and get.
no,
This is something you've got to bust your
Earn.
fucking ass for
Yeah.
and earn every step of the way.
100%.
Like this isn't. Everyone thinks, oh fuck, that's such an easy job. You just sit behind a camera.
Yeah,
But getting to that stage where you can just comfortably sit behind a camera and have a camera crew around you,
yeah.
you've got to bust your fucking ass day in, day out.
Oh yeah,
You're up all night editing.
Yeah.
Literally, jobs will take or videos will take
Mm.
3-4 times as long as they should.
oh unbelievable.
Like, and then you get over it. You're like, fuck, I just don't want to have to stop to get this clip. But you're like, I've got to stop and we've got to get this clip. And if it takes
Yeah,
an extra day,
yeah.
you just got to accept that.
100%. Like one of the things that I haven't really talked about is my progression from where I was when I was 14, 15, even 12. Like when I was 12 years old, I grabbed my mum's iPhone and I just filmed our family trip to Bathurst.
that's sick.
That was when I first started filming. And then when I got to like 15, 16 years old, I was going so hard. I bought a GoPro Hero 5 for my birthday and I just filmed. I tagged the living shit out of Explore Life. Like tagged them till they will know who I am.
Yeah.
And then I went to the Explore Life stand at the Brisbane 4x4 show, not this year, the year before. So less than a year and a half ago, just to shake Maddie's hand as a fan.
Yeah, right.
And then that's when he went, I've seen your stuff.
That's sick.
And that's where it all sort of started.
But that's years of hustling. Like
Yeah, like filming and tagging like endlessly every Explore page, Explore gear, Explore offshore, even though I was forward driving.
Yeah.
I just wanted them to know that I was just representing. I spent hundreds of dollars on their merch.
That's sick.
And then,
Actually, I
Definitely.
think I remember them talking about you.
Yeah, right.
That's just come back into my head. I remember years and years ago, they were like, look at this kid. Like, he tags us and everything. And he's like, he just doesn't stop. And then I remember another time I was at Maddie, he's like, yeah, this kid's actually pretty cool. And he's like, I might actually put him on. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know when exactly it was, but it was definitely like, yeah, this kid just doesn't stop. And then
No way.
it progressed to, yeah, we're putting him on. And then it was, yeah, meet Tom. And I was like, oh, shit. And then they're like, yeah, he's the face of the Explore Life now. And I was like, holy shit, the progression.
It's such a crazy, like,
it's a big thing and it all sort of happened so fast.
yeah,
Like, I graduated last year. I
that's crazy.
was up in front of the school saying my final speech.
It's mad, eh? Like, and now you've just, like, you put yourself out there, like,
Yeah.
whether it ever became something or not, you were just tag, share,
Yeah.
do your thing, and then they've seen it at the right point, the right time,
Yeah.
that it became probably, it was end of last year, start of this year, they've sort of expanded
Yeah.
off, done their thing, and you just happen to be in that right spot, the
At the
right
right
age.
time. Yeah.
Like,
And
you-
like, it wasn't super easy through school because people usually decide to do that sort of stuff after school because
or they leave school.
it's the judgment.
Yeah.
Like this judgment of talking to a camera, running an Instagram page that isn't super clean, super like all
Yeah.
that sort of thing. That suits the high school kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I just went straight out and I was like, judgment. I couldn't give two shits.
And you can't.
Yeah.
Like
not
in
in
this
this
industry, there's no way. Like you will self-destruct just your own headspace.
Oh,
If
100%.
you're sitting there worried about every negative comment, the shit that gets talked about you,
Yeah.
like why are you doing this? Why do you care about your car so much?
Yeah.
And everyone has their own way of dealing with different issues and things. Like you might want to get away from school because you're hating school or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just, for some of us, it's get in the car or go into the garage and work on the car and
Yeah.
do that and go traveling and see different locations. And
Yeah.
That's one thing I will
Yeah.
touch on about this entire industry as a whole is the fucking hate.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Like there is and there is a lot. This industry, in my opinion, has the most amount of fuckwits I've
Yep.
ever seen put into a group.
Oh, it's
And you've
bad.
really, if you want to be like a face, like you guys all are, you've got to have some thick skin. Because there
Oh,
is so many
yeah, there's a lot.
fuckwits that will talk shit behind your back, put names in your mouth and tell other people that you've said something.
Yeah.
There is so many fuckheads you've got to deal with.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are keyboard warriors. Who
And
don't
even
care.
like other influencers trying to tear down other influencers.
Oh,
yeah. That's even, just as bad.
That's worse.
Like, and, you can have jokes with it and see the jokes around it.
Yeah.
But when you're, like, I'm not going to call anyone out for it, but when
Yeah.
you're pulling down other brands and stuff for that sort of thing, like,
Yeah, 100%.
I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But like when you're pulling down other brands and having a laugh about it, and it's just different things like that. Or, I've mentioned it that many times on here. People going on about OnlyFans and girls in the industry and stuff like that. They cop the most amount of heat out of it. And, like,
100%.
It's because there's so many, and I honestly think it all stems from guys being insecure.
Oh,
There are
Yeah.
so many
fuck
dudes
yeah.
that are like,
100%.
fuck, I could never get this girl, so I'm just going to tear her down and make her feel shit about herself.
Yeah, so we don't see her anymore.
Yeah,
They're
and
just
then
scared of seeing it.
and they're just like, oh, well, now. And then like the chicks cop so much heat, and obviously that's a big thing for girls.
100%.
And like the fact that guys can go out and say that shit, but I bet your balls they would never say that to in person.
They wouldn't jump in front of a camera.
No.
No.
They wouldn't put their life on social media.
And half the people saying this shit, like I know you probably said as well, you get a hate comment or a shit message or something like that. All those people have like 3, 4, 10 posts on their
Yeah.
account, blocked private account.
Yeah.
So you can't even see who they are.
No.
And you're like,
What's
why
the
do I
point?
even care? I don't
Yeah.
even respond to them. It's a block, it's a delete.
Yeah.
It's a see you later, I don't need you at all.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a negative experience in person.
No.
No,
No.
and you
You'll
won't.
get hundreds over social media,
Yeah.
but you will never have someone come up to you in person and say you're a fuckwit.
Yeah. And if they do, I honestly more appreciate that than anything.
Yeah, I'd be like,
100%.
you
I'd
got
be
some
like,
balls, son.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe I am a fuckwit. Fair enough. I'll reflect on myself now.
It sort
me
of comes
why.
back to the days of if you talk shit, get hit.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is.
It's pretty crazy. Like, we're all in the same industry.
Yeah.
We work together. We have the same passion. We love working on our cars. We love traveling. We love camping. We love exploring.
Yeah.
And
It's
this is
just
a perfect example is this podcast.
Mm.
You're
Yeah.
pulling people from every different part of the industry together and we're all sitting down and having a beer and chatting about stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it just works. And that's exactly what we need more of in this industry is support with everyone and collaboration with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the more you try and tear people apart and push them
Oh,
away,
yeah.
the less you're going to go.
100%. Like, because old mate drives a Nissan GU
Yeah.
and his mate on Instagram drives an 80 series.
Yeah.
They got to run it like two bulls in a cage at each other
Oh.
because one has a Toyota badge, one has a Nissan. Like, fun banter's
Yep.
sick. Like, we all love some fun banter, but when it gets heated over social media and people actually have
Yeah.
disagreements and fights over social
Oh.
media, it's just like,
It's
bruh.
so stupid. Like, Andre, that's a co-host of this, like, at the
Yeah.
moment, he's been working his ass off getting ready for King of the Street.
Killing
That's
it.
why he hasn't been on the last 3 episodes.
the
But
big blue ute.
he gets so much stuff. Like, it's an LS swapped, like, monster of a GQ.
Yeah. Why you got blue rims?
And
Why-
it's
why-
just, he gets it like, some of the messages that we got some idiot sent the other day.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, our forklift has more horsepower than you and shit like that. And it's just like, what are you fishing for, mate? Like,
Trump
it's
probably
just-
drives like a fucking Mazda Bravo.
Oh,
So it's one of those things you're like,
yeah.
mate, you don't have room to speak.
No.
And it's just, what are you getting out
Why?
of putting someone else's car down that, like, it's run your own race, build your own car.
100%. Like, he loves his patrol. He's built that from nothing himself.
He's built it from the ground up 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
He's rolled it, he's chopped it, he's doing all this mad stuff. Like, we've got more bigger plans after King of the Strip for it.
Yeah.
And
I just
it's
can't
just-
believe it. There's people out there that'll just rip and tear you down because their personal build that they love and have a passion for is different to theirs.
I even remember back in the day, Andre used to go to TAFE with me in Warwick. Back in the day, it was black, this fucking crazy looking GQ. I've never seen a fucking higher car in my life. And to see how far it's come is pretty crazy. Because back then, obviously, he was an apprentice working for John Deere. Vanderfield, I think?
Komatsu, maybe?
Maybe. He was doing something like that. We're all in the same TAFE class doing HD.
You'll probably correct me on it anyway.
Yeah, we'll find out. But then, he'd come hooking in this black GQ. It looked fucked. Like, just handbrake. He's into the car park. Somehow he didn't roll. But then now to see how it's come and it's got resprayed, it's been chopped, it's been LS converted. Like, he's done so much to it. And that passion in a person, you don't want to take that away from him.
And he's got so many more plans. The way he's talking about, isn't he building a car for his dad?
Yeah, he wants to build, so I'm not sure when that's going to happen, whether it be between the next build or after the next build.
Yeah.
But it's a Nissan G60.
Yeah.
And he's going to put it on a patrol chassis, like a GQ chassis. Like, it's massive, like, and it's basically like a farm hunting rig build.
Yes.
So, like, it's going to be just a cool build for his old man.
That's so, because he has a passion for building shit and he's going to reward his dad, and that's just unreal.
And then, like, me and him have talked as well, like, we want to get out in his blue ute and then maybe build another race truck or something and do, like, Don River Dash and race Fink and all that sort of stuff. And I was like,
cool.
That'd be so sick.
That would be sick.
It's kind of like, I don't know if you saw years ago, Dave Casey had that full tube chassis, twin turbo LS, and he threw a GQ cab on it.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
That was years and years ago, back when I had a GQ Patrol. It was like full tube chassis, and then he just had GQ cab, some GQ looking wide body guards, proper sick build.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what's happened to it since.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in fucking years, but back in the day, that thing was sick.
It's probably just sitting in the corner of a shed somewhere waiting to be just relived.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
And it's cool seeing those builds that are like fully hectic.
Oh,
different.
Completely off the
it's
spectrum.
awesome.
There is, and like Dave's been really good for that actually, is like his four-wheel drive displays that he did at like Rocky Nats and stuff like that. Some of the most modified cars in, I'd say southeast Queensland really, and like around Queensland. Like there wasn't too many out-of-state people, I don't think, but just the workmanship that went into some of those cars, like it's
is
insane.
Hundreds and thousands of your own hours that you've put into a build for just because of passion.
Yeah.
And seeing that stuff is so cool.
And then
I'm so bummed that I missed Rocky Nuts this year.
Oh, it was crazy.
It looked like an absolute time.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it. Like what was on display, what happened throughout the nights.
Well, we did do the recap episode, me and Andre, the day after it, hungover as fuck. But it was just basically, I went up a day after everyone else. So everyone went up, it would have been the Thursday or whatever, for tech. And so like there was like Alec, Mitch, Andre, Sam, Mick, all them just like hanging around, doing their thing. And like we spent probably most of the weekend with those boys, hanging around with Sam, Mick and Zach and just running around filming everything. Sam was doing his thing, like he did like a interview sort of type video for that.
That was a cool video.
It's just cool to see ins and outs of going around. Like you could spend a whole day there and not see everything. Like
sick.
Going around to like dynos and motocross and dirt track stuff, burnouts, street drags, displays absolutely everywhere, drifting. Like there was just so much going on, street parades. And it was just cool. Like I jumped in, I think it was it would have been the Friday or Saturday. I jumped in Sam's 80 and took it for a run. Never been in the 80 before, never driven the 80 before. Jumped in there, the clutch.
How fucked is that
like
thing to drive?
This.
It is fucked.
And so as soon as I started it up, everyone just flocked around this car
Oh no.
and I stalled it.
No.
Bro, Do not feel shame at all doing that. I was towing a trailer through Sydney after the 4-wheel drive show and that thing, and I stalled it in an intersection twice.
Yeah.
Green light. Whatever.
Yeah.
Pulled into the intersection, stalled it again. I was like, oh my fucking God. And the light had gone red, fucking cars are flying, trying to honk horns, and I was like, oh my God, what am I doing?
I'm sorry.
That thing is really cool to drive once it's going.
It's sick once it's going, and like running, like, because I was just behind Sam the whole time. I followed him in the drift car. I was just running around. He had it on limiter, so I'd bang the 80 on limiter, and it was just like, and he pulled up, and like I was sort of giving a little bit, and I was just like, didn't know where this thing was set at. Yeah. And he's like, no, just hold it flat. And I was just like, okay. So I like held it flat, heard the limiter. I was like, all right, so that's me limit. And then just, had fun with it for the next 5-10 minutes driving around and parked her up.
That thing has some serious power.
It's crazy.
I say out of every car I've driven, I was like, damn, I want to drive that all the time.
Like not being able to do any like pulls in the street because you're basically in the central of Rocky.
Yeah.
Like you get first gear, you put your foot down and it just plants your back. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah, I remember I drove home from Sydney in that car.
Yeah.
You'd be on the highway and you'd be like, fuck, I'm getting bored. Like it's a pretty long drive. It's
Yeah.
12, 13 hours back to Sunny Coast.
Yeah, something like that.
So you'd be like, oh, well, let's make this exciting. Drop it into fourth, and then it just pulls like a fucking small boy that just hit puberty.
And I think he did mention something about it, like he wants to revamp it, just paint it and all that, like he mentioned on last week's episode. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does with it. So
Yeah, it should
change
be
it
an
up.
exciting build. He was talking candy red to me, but now he's talking black.
I think you mentioned black.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's jumping back and forth with the colour of it.
Candy red is the colour.
Well, I want to do a red on that. I reckon, like everyone knows, I love red.
That colour's sick.
Kraken Cruiser red, or are you thinking like bright?
No, I'm thinking like it's a candy apple prismatic red.
Ooh.
So it's like a bright red, but with like a flake through it.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. That would be spicy.
Yeah.
That-
But if I paint it, I want to fix all the panels so they're not dented.
yeah.
But if I just
But
leave it
then-
as is, then I'll just wrap it.
Yeah.
But then it's hard to wrap like a flake chrome sort of wrap.
And it's also when you wrap, you can't do door jams.
Yeah.
So open up, she'll still be sandy top.
Yeah. That's a problem too. So I
Yeah,
don't know, but that's a job that I want to do one day when I've got sort of the fuck you money sitting there that
Yeah.
isn't
Send it.
important for bills or something like that. Or
Yeah.
I'd rather go do a trip than have another $5,000 going to the ute. So
100%. For sure.
yeah, it's all about living while you're young, really.
Yeah. Go for it.
Like, why are you this age? Why aren't we getting out and doing more?
Yeah.
100%.
Well,
Oh.
I guess we are. We definitely
Yeah.
are.
We're doing it
Absolutely
at the moment.
living the life.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But you're always chasing more, I swear.
Oh yeah. You got to chase more. You're going to stay stagnant if you don't chase more.
Let's talk, while we're on the trip stage, let's talk about our favourite trips.
Ooh.
Macca, let's start with your favourite trip you've ever done. Best place. Tell us about it.
Jeez.
Favorite
Put me on the
trip?
spot.
Yeah, the podcaster get asked the questions.
The longest favourite trip I've done was definitely Cape York last year.
Yeah.
Like, just absolutely frothed it. Like,
Why?
it was just an experience. Like, I went up I basically did the trip, planned to go by myself.
Yep.
Before I left, one of my old boy's best mates, he's in his 50s.
Yep.
He was taking his Hilux up there, and I said, you know what, stuff it, let's go. We'll just go together.
Sick.
Organised, caught up, left at the same time. We caught up just after King of the Strip. Went up, did the trip, and then, anyway, two of my best mates now, Matt and Chloe, that everyone knows.
All-time adventures, baby.
They were basically heading through Cairns, and we were like so constantly over like a week and a half, just like they'd be a couple of days ahead, I'd be a couple of days ahead, like, and we're just sort of crisscrossing everywhere, doing a different thing. They'd be out on the reef, and then anyway, I got up to Bramwell, and I was sitting there at Bramwell, and they were like, I can't remember what I was doing, but I was just waiting, and then I did get a message from them. They're like, we're just pulling into Bramwell, like we'll catch you through the teletrack. I was like, bang, pull out the back, we're camping here for an extra night anyway.
That's
And then,
sick.
yeah, like we did the whole teletrack with them,
Wow.
the whole rest of the tip all the way back basically to Bramwell, and yeah, like, and now we're best mates.
They
And
seem
so,
like the coolest people.
awesome.
I cannot
Awesome.
wait to meet them.
Oh, they love you already. Like, that was spewing because they went and did that their trip and everything.
Their
But
other trip.
they're back now. They're getting
Yeah.
their car done up.
Oh
They're
yeah.
just-
New
they're
train
keen to
canopy.
go. But
Hell yeah.
that was that was like my favourite sort of longer trip. And then, I don't know, like there's always just your Morton, Stratty, all
they're
those
always
sort
a
of
lot
trips
fun.
I love. Because it's
Yeah.
just, you know, I've been to Fraser with that ute 6 times now.
6 times.
Yeah, like it's just, I love it. And I mean, it's so easy to say that, but I'm an hour and 15 from Inskip.
That's unbelievable.
Like, why not go to Fraser? Like,
People are all across Australia just wanting to go to Fraser,
Yeah.
and it's in our backyard.
yeah, and I've got some mates I grew up with in New South Wales that come up and they go like, oh, I want to go to Fraser. I want to go to Morton.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
oh,
went
I've
there
been there
last week.
so many times, but it's just like every time there's a new person to go with, it's a completely different trip.
Yeah.
Like every single time that I go up there, there's new mates or new crew, like
Yep.
Double Island as well. Like I don't go to Double Island too much anymore, but it's just fun. Like quick little
Yeah.
day trip, have a beer at the point, feed, lunch.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, if you're with a good
So-
group of people, DI can still be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
But it has gotten so crowded.
It's so crowded. Like,
So crowded.
And the beach, now it's pushing up. If you go at high tide, you're
yeah,
fucked.
you can't
Yeah.
get through.
Nah, yeah,
It-
so
It's so, and it's one of those spots that it costs you $50 for the weekend to go to DI. Like
Yeah.
people are just trashing it. Like you can't even get around from Rainbow anymore. You've got to go freshwater tracks. Like
Yeah,
it's just
that's
it's
so
getting run
sad.
down.
I remember when you could just fly down from Rainbow. You'd go to you'd wake up pretty late on a Saturday morning,
Yeah.
cruise into Rainbow for lunch at the pub, and then you
Pub
fly
feed.
down the dunes.
Yep.
Then
Yeah.
we tried to cross there on bikes probably 8 months ago, 9 months ago when it first got really fucked up.
Yeah.
And then, we tried to cross. We ended up getting stuck in quicksand. It was tragic. We nearly lost a brand new bike.
Yeah.
Wild
Jeez.
experience, and it sucks because that used to be such a nice quick run to the point.
Yeah. Quiet. Pristine.
Yeah.
Pristine.
Yeah,
Oh.
but now you go to the point, you can't even get a park.
Yeah,
No
it's
way.
mad.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was the last time I went to DI was actually Ali filming the girls trip.
Yeah.
I was up there with Matt and Chloe. We were like
Yeah.
50 meters from them,
Yeah.
and we were filming our own video for Matt and Chloe's channel.
True.
And it was just we were up there jet skiing,
Yep.
doing our thing, like wakeboarding, whatever.
Similar to the girls.
Yeah, similar to what the girls doing. We just did a day trip,
Yeah.
had some fun with it. But yeah, that was the last time I went to DI properly. And
Yeah.
but yeah,
So
this
Cape. The
uh,
Cape is your favourite trip.
Cape's
so far.
definitely my favourite trip so
How
far.
good is Punsand Bay?
It was nice.
Man, once
Uh,
you've suffered days through the telly track,
Yep.
busted, no clean showers, your beers are getting warm, your food's going off, you feel like shit.
But
and
that's
then
sort
Holy
of-
Grail.
That's
The
sort of
holy
why I like the trip so much.
Yeah, it
It is like I went up there with a really nice canopy, all my stuff set up, good cooking gear, everything organised, and I still love the fact that I went pretty much 3-4 weeks without a shower, swimming in freshwater creeks,
Holy shit.
like cleaning yourself with wet wipes,
Nice.
and it's fun. Like I stayed, we went one night at Punts and we just kept going up there all the time. Like we spent a whole week up at the tip, so we spent a week camping at Loyalty Beach because Freddie's car that I went up with, it blew a gearbox.
Ooh.
So unfortunate, but we just stayed in this big open sandy area at Loyalty Beach, camped on the beach a whole week straight, met this awesome crew from Newcastle. They did the whole telly track with us. Like we'd camp at each spot. We spent 5 days on the telly track. They camped with us every single night. But as soon as we went off in the day, they just did their thing.
Oh, cool.
And then 3 hours later, they rock up at camp, catch up, beers, and a best bunch of blokes. Like,
Beers, laughs.
yeah, it was awesome.
best
and then,
thing.
It's so cool how you meet out just random people on the track,
Yeah.
and then they're so friendly and inviting.
Yeah.
You just have a great night with them.
Oh,
100%. The
unreal.
stories around the campfire.
Yeah. No one's there to prove anything.
No.
Everyone's friendly. Like, you find a couple of dickheads on the track that are telling you how to do this and how to do that. And you're like, mate, I'm running around with a $100,000 ute, the
Yeah.
best recovery gear on the market.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there next to your Pajero telling me how to hook up a recovery kit. Like, it's like, I understand what you're doing, mate. It's all good. But we're sitting here at the time, we're trying to film and everything
Been
like
there,
that.
done that.
And it's just, like a bloke was getting up me because I was trying to film Matt and Chloe doing gunshot. I was like, hey, mate, can you just stand back a bit so I can film this? Oh, I want to watch. And I'm going, well, they ain't going until you get out of the video camera. Like, and it's just like, it's madness because everyone's just frothing what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, while
Yeah.
we're on the whole Cape York topic,
Mm.
should we touch on what you and I are doing quite
Ooh.
shortly.
I want to hear about this.
I think we can by now, surely.
Well, it'd be good hype.
Yeah, fuck it. Well, sorry, Mick, but yeah.
So what are we doing, bro?
What's happening?
Basically, a month or two ago now, Mick bought us Mick just brought up an idea, banged us into a group chat, and he's just gone, all right, I think he just called it checking borders or something weird. And he's just gone, we're doing a budget run episode to Cape York, nothing fancy. And we're going, oh yeah, like that's going to be sick. We'll do it, blah, blah, blah. Sort of almost, like, I know I sort of almost gone like, that's going to be cool and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, a week later, Mick's sending us photos of Pajeros. We just can't, oh no,
fuck.
like he's actually serious. It's like, all right, I'm keen. Like, anyway, next week he's gone and bought this $2,000 Pajero and it's just sitting there ready to go. Like,
Wow.
Not only has he bought this $2,000 Pajero,
it's mint
he's also invited 6 people to
in
fit
one car.
inside this Pajero.
No
With-
way.
And all of our gear,
Holy
all of our
all of
gear.
our beers, all of our clothes,
Everything.
everything we've got to live with on the Cape track for a whole week has got to go in that car along with 6 people.
Yeah. Whatever's in the car is what we take. If we've got some accessories at home, we're allowed to put them on the car. So I think I might strap a roof rack that I've got there on top. We might
What?
just throw an esky in,
Where are you going to put the esky?
We don't know.
maybe on the roof. I don't know.
You're going to have to.
Well, this roof
We're
rack.
probably going to be able to have a backpack each.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, so
That
I've only
sounds
got a week off work for it.
Yep.
But me and my best mate Seth are flying into Cairns because I'm pretty sure you were driving up with him.
I think I've been roped into towing the whole car up there.
Okay,
to,
good. Thank God we finally convinced that idea because he was saying he was going to drive it, and I was like, brother, what if that is when it breaks?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather tow it up to like Alec or Mitch's shop, which is in Mackay or Townsville.
Yeah.
We can at least get there, and then I can leave my car somewhere safe where I know it's going to be safe, and drive from there up to Cairns, pick his up at the airport, and then just shoot, and we're gone. Like,
Put less K's on the car, less risk of it breaking
Before it hits the telly.
before it.
I don't know. Those Pajeros are pretty unbreakable. They
I
cop
just
some.
have a bad
Yeah,
experience with Mitsubishis.
Is it a
Cape York.
Is it a petty?
that's diesel, and it has aircon.
Holy shit.
Apparently, it's crispy cold.
It's good.
Cold.
Yeah.
Stop it.
So some big spoilers for that
Yeah,
trip.
so that's going to be a sick trip.
Where are we going to see that?
I think-
Over on Maddie.
I think it's
over
going to be a
on-
mix of everyone's YouTube. So Mick's
Sick.
going to throw it majority on his.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think Sam might be coming, might not be.
He's so on the fence.
Yeah.
and he's been trying to convince him for ages. He said when we went to a drift event the other day,
Yeah.
he said that he was coming,
Ooh.
but he's still on the fence about it.
And
obviously.
it's so hard because we've lined it up literally the week after Melbourne show, which was not planned at all.
Yeah.
But so I think the girls might be out. I think they've just got so much going on as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We've still got a bloody good crew going up.
Hell yeah.
it's going to be fun. And I mean, the more people we get, we just go find another car.
Yeah,
True.
So
it's pretty easy to find a $2,000 shitbox.
It's pretty
they're
easy to do that.
everywhere.
That's the Facebook Marketplace special.
That's exactly what it was. He drove down to Coffs Harbour one day to pick this thing up.
Jesus.
He sends me a photo of it and he's like, what should we do to it? And then I, for some reason, got into it. And I was like, yeah, I found this mad modded Pajero on this Pajero's owner's page. He's got the sickest bull bar and the biggest winch. You can fit 35s under that thing. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
But
That's
it's
gonna
all got to
sick.
be on a hell of a budget.
But
Yeah.
Because we don't want to spoil it. We don't want to add stupid amount of money.
No.
I don't even think we're not really going if we get any sponsors, it's going to be purely for like money for the trip or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, funds
But-
of fuel.
But I
travel.
don't think we're going like any sort of fridge sponsor, 12 volt. There's going to be
No.
nothing.
It's
Like,
just
be bare.
straight
Yeah.
bare bone
just
basics.
ice, beers, sausages, and bread.
It's-
Stop it.
I suggested like the survival packs.
Oh, the little...
Yeah, the like put your billy on the fire, bit of
Put
hot
some more
water,
water, yeah.
and you got your survival pasta.
Well, you're going to need as much
To
room as
think
possible.
about,
Yeah.
yeah, when you think about like 6 people in a car, that only realistically,
And it's 6
There
blokes
is-
that eat a lot of fucking food.
You guys are not. You guys are going to need to go straight to your local butcher and buy 50 cows and get them all sausage.
do you think we can leash a cow to the car and make it walk behind us?
I reckon you could do that.
If we get drunk enough at Cairns, we'll just steal someone's cow and call it a border collie.
This is my service cow. It will be in use 3 days down the telly track.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like actually sick because
It's gonna be fun.
nobody can hide the fact that putting 6 people in a wagon for a week up the Cape.
It's going to be hectic. It's going to be
The
shit.
best way,
It's
the
going to be
best
a
way to
terrible
explain
fucking
it
time.
is we're basically setting up like a backpacker.
That's sick.
Like 6 backpackers in a Pajero that's clapped out that they've bought off Marketplace and then going to Cape York.
I cannot wait to see that.
And it's kind of to prove you don't need. A lot of people are so scared about getting into this this activity of all driving because they're like, oh, I need this, I need this, I need this.
Look at old mate with his big canopy set up in his rooftop tent. Don't need it.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
No,
All you need,
100%.
Pajero, a bunch of the boys,
Some snags.
hopefully a lot of beers.
Esky,
Beers.
see how long the ice lasts.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't want to be drinking warm beers.
And a good
Imagine
attitude.
drinking warm Tillies on like Nolan's the 3rd day on the track or
The
something.
Tillies are going to be the most expensive thing in that car.
Probably.
We're probably going to spend the car's value in Tillies.
Yeah. We're going to need something. Yeah, that's our hydration sorted, so
But no, that's a very exciting trip we've got coming up.
Yeah.
so keen for that.
That's
gonna be
only
sick.
in August. It is now June. Oh my God. Holy
That's
shit.
2 months
two
away.
months away.
Oh God, 8 weeks. Help me.
Yeah.
Mitch, what was your favourite trip? Going back
Yeah.
to that category. Your favourite trip ever?
Man, I've had so many amazing trips.
Yeah.
It's really like, shit, where do I start?
Where do you start?
And it really depends on what type of trip I was going for. Because I
Okay.
had so many different favourite trips that did so many different things.
One that just hit you the hardest, that you just loved so much, good people.
I can't stop
Good times.
thinking about when I went to Moreton Island with the boys from Enhanced for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
So I only met the boys from Enhanced literally a year ago.
Wow.
Yep.
And then a few weeks after the Brizzy show, they were like, hey, bro, we're going to Moreton. Would you like to tag along? At that time, I'd only just bought my car.
Really?
I only had a swag. Didn't
Yeah.
really do much camping. And I was like, oh, shit, might as well. I've never been to Moreton Island before. Might as
Yeah.
well give it a crack. Because I'm only new to this whole area.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
only moved to Sunny Coast a few years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, we'll go to Moreton. The weather was fucking appalling.
That was the same as when I first went to Moreton. 3 days of fucking rain.
Yeah, bro, we went for 4 days, I think. The fucking wind was blowing, the swell was up, it was raining the whole time. But just because the people you had around you, it was still an amazing trip. The boys bought
sick.
their jet skis.
Yep.
We were just fuck-assing around on them the whole time. Braden's car did a fuel pump. Like,
Oh,
if somehow it was not a terror.
It was your favourite trip?
You'd think with everybody, I swear
Yeah.
with a different crew, that would be the worst camping trip you've ever had in your life.
Yeah.
With those boys, I was like, fuck yeah,
You
this
make
is
it fun.
sick.
You had rain and wind on the beach.
Shit weather, it was
Broken
cold,
cars.
couldn't swim, fucking broken cars.
So just...
see, I had like the same experience when I first went to Moreton. It was March last year when we had that hectic like cyclone come through.
yeah. Yep.
We were over on Moreton and we're seeing videos back home on like mainland. People like floods, swamped, everything. And we're getting like the outskirts on Moreton. It was still raining, overcast.
Yeah.
We had jet skis out, utes getting bogged on the beach, ripping around everywhere. Like it was just fun, like
Yeah.
going down to the bar and everything. And we just cloudy, overcast, but like you get 20 minutes of sunshine and you just get out, swim, jet ski, everything, tubes.
In 20 minutes.
It was just fun. Like everyone
yeah.
had such a good time. It was pissing down rain. We had gazebos set up everywhere, fires going.
Yep.
It's like, but you can't complain when you're away, rain, hail, or shine. It's a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you with the good bunch of boys, you're just having a great time regardless.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even then another great trip I had was actually the Explore Life Christmas party last year.
Oh, that
Dude, I remember seeing that. I was like, that
Fraser-
looks so
Fraser
sick.
Christmas party
like-
was sick.
We pulled up pretty late. The boys had already set up, had a few days there.
Yep.
I pulled up, first thing I saw into camp, your mate's beer trailer on the beach.
On the beach.
I was like, how often do you get beachfront beers on tap?
On tap.
Then I was like, all right,
Crazy.
let's pull into camp, don't know what it's like. Pulled into camp, we were in the most beautiful spot on the west coast
it
of
was
Fraser.
Coongal Creek, yeah.
Yeah.
A
There was-
magic spot.
Creek running behind us. There was literally space for everybody. There was so many people there. There
You had,
was
what,
like
five jet skis.
5
six
jet skis, 6 jet skis, 3 boats.
3 big boats.
The boys were out fishing all day. We were running
Yeah.
around on the jet skis. People were kite surfing, like
It was just like a ball of fun with
Proper-
free beers.
free beers.
Yeah.
They even put on the food for us.
Yeah.
I bought my own
That's
food.
awesome.
And I was like, wow, this is a really cool trip.
Yeah.
And that was my first time at Fraser Island.
What?
That's a sick first time at Fraser.
It's also the only time I've ever been to Fraser Island.
Wow. I
We're
did
going to
not
have to
know
tee
that.
up another trip to Fraser then.
Oh, we got to
100%.
do a trip
It's
to
such
Fraser.
a nice island.
Oh, your first time to Fraser sounds like an absolute killer time.
Yeah.
And honestly, we didn't see anything.
The weather. Oh,
We
right.
literally went there,
saw nothing.
went back.
So you've never done like any of the top half of... Oh,
He hasn't
in-
done Mackenzie
I've literally,
or Wobby or
we
the
literally
Cape.
drove across the inland track.
You would have gone up to like Wathumba and stuff on the
Nothing.
skis?
Nothing.
No, not with Humber.
We fucked around in the
No.
front of the camp.
Like
that
we
was it.
the boys.
Wow,
would've
you've
got
got
off the-
so much to see.
Yeah, got off the barge, ran all the way up to from eastern side to western side, jumped through the inland track.
Just after Mahino.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then to Coongal.
And that was it.
They
we
saw nothing
I
else.
parked my car up, didn't turn it on for 2 days,
Yeah.
and then
Dude.
we just left.
Let's organise a trip and you go up, like spend a week up there
Yeah.
and you go, like always, more like full ritual for Fraser. West Coast first night.
West Coast
It's a
first
Winya or Coongal.
Yeah.
If the weather's sweet, straight over there, first night, set the vibe.
Hell yeah.
Then shoot across like Waddy Point,
Yeah.
back across like Sandy Cape. You've got Nagala Rocks. Like, got to do
The
Nagala.
infamous
I don't
Nagala.
know
I think
how
I
many
did
ti-
do another gala actually.
Did you?
Up the
No,
very,
no, I don't think-
no,
I don't
not up
think
the
you
very
did.
top.
No, I did a few rocks that I thought were cool.
Wouldn't have been Nagala.
No,
You would've known
'cause
if it was
no, my
Nagala.
car crawled it, so it definitely wasn't Nagala.
Oh, I
It'd be
dunno.
like Yindi Rocks or something like that.
Yeah, could be.
If you're only heading up over to the west side.
Yeah, we just flew up there.
But,
I went over
yeah.
some rocks.
There's
Probably
like
not Nagala's
when you get like
rocks.
Nagala and up like North Nagala Rocks and all that. There's so many little like tiny trails that you can go up through, and it's
Yeah.
sick. Like spend so much time up there and having fun. Like I've done Nagala that many times that I've tried to go through my old Ute, like my old 75, and I've blown transfer linkages. So I'm sitting there with an Oki strap and holding it into
Jesus.
my transfer gear while I'm driving through the track. And,
Holy
That's
shit.
wild.
like it's had so many. I've gone through that many times where I've made it clean sweep, like nothing's ever stopping me.
Yeah.
And I've gone through, got 5 meters sunk, everything's broken, shit's going wrong.
Yeah.
Like I've tried to go through some days where I'm like 30 psi.
Oof.
Good luck to that. Not
Good
happening.
luck. No, yeah, no.
And then you go through some days on 10 psi. It's, what was there? Nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
And it's just there's so much going on.
Fraser's just that one spot that you can go to so many times
Oh,
and just it never gets old.
well, you got Waddy Point.
Yeah.
That's beautiful to sit down there
Stunning.
for the day, have a couple of beers. Champagne pools. If you get that,
Oh,
champagne pools is a very hard one to time with.
yeah,
Like,
it is.
you've got to match up good weather, good
Tides.
wind, tides,
Yep.
just everything to make it just magic.
To make it the champagne pools.
Yeah,
But
like,
if the tides aren't right and it's still
it's a washing
pristine.
machine.
Oh, shit, yeah. It's
Yeah.
oh. But like if it's high tide, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Or even on like the mid tide.
Mid, just
With
a
good
little bit of
weather.
water coming over, but then
Yeah.
it's clear enough. You see fish swimming through
Yeah.
there, everything.
It's
It's
like
just
it's beautiful. Champagne pools. Yeah, it's one of the good spots on Fraser for sure.
Are you chasing professional photography or videography work or logo designs like you see from all the Hey Big Mac accounts? Well, Hampton's Media Services, located between Gold Coast and Bundaberg, can bring your profiles back to life with a new professional look. So go check them out and let them know that the Hey Big Mac podcast has sent you. Cheers, guys. Back to today's episode. Oh, we've talked about our favourite trip. What's your favourite trip?
Oh, my favourite trip. Only sort of being a young bloke, being on my P's for less than a year. I haven't had much of an opportunity to get out. Obviously, my mum and dad took me on a lot of trips when I was younger, like done the Blue Mountains, Victoria, all that sort of thing. But my favourite trip has got to be my schoolies trip.
Yeah, right.
We did Fraser
Yeah, sick.
over 10 nights. We did 10 nights at Fraser.
Yep.
We had like a crew of 15. We had 7, 8 cars, all the boys in their cheap shit boxes. Just
That's awesome.
going up Fraser, doing absolutely everything.
Yeah.
We camped at Eli Creek, Mahino, the very
Yeah.
first night.
Sick.
And we just slowly made our way all the way around the island. We started it with 8 cars. We came off the island with 3, 4. They either got towed home. Well, all of them ended up getting towed home. Like, I got to give it to the Prado. The Prado was a toe tug almost that entire trip.
That's sick.
Pulling up patrols, pulling up different all sorts of different cars up through cuttings because one blew a transfer case. We had 2 heads go. We had it was a great trip, but it was memorable.
Yeah.
Memories, good times, good people, and obviously the very last trip with all your schoolmates.
Yeah, that's sick.
It was a great time.
I think there's something to be said about Southeast Queensland. Like, we've all put, like, the way we talk about Fraser and Morton, and you got Stratty and like Bribey and Di. Like, you just got to go do it because everyone loves it.
We're so lucky where we are.
We're so close to everything.
Yeah.
And it's just, why not do it?
Yeah, we have
It's
so many
unbelievable.
bucket list spots,
Yeah.
literally an hour from us.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, there's been people from all over the country. Like, I watched Aussie Arvo's video of Fraser, one of the best Fraser Island videos I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
he came up
It was
from
him and his
Victoria.
partner, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Him and his missus came up from Victoria. Massive mission to get up here and just absolutely loved it. Like, people put weeks, like us talking about the Cape is someone else talking about Fraser.
Yeah. And so they're travelling, like, I'll put in perspective, like, Cairns from here is 16 hours, basically. Yep. If I'm to go back to where I'm from in Wagga, it's 16 hours. Like, so they're already doing 16 hours just to get to where we are now.
Yeah.
Then you've got some of them every year. They're going up to Cape York.
Yeah.
So they're doing like 30 plus hours just to get to the start of their trip.
Yeah. Well, Southeast Queensland, like, we're lucky in Southeast Queensland, but we're just lucky in Queensland.
Yeah. Just in general.
We've got Cape. We've got all the islands.
Dude, what's crazy is, like, I'm not sure how far we are from your houses, but where we're camped right here, I'm no more than 40 minutes from my house.
I actually
That is crazy.
When we pulled out from Balloomba,
Yeah.
the turn off, I was like, shit, I could be home in 35 minutes.
It's madness. Like,
It's so cool. We're so lucky.
and like, there is just spots everywhere. Like, the other week you were down at the Springs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've still never been to the Springs. That's just one spot I've got to tick off. I was lucky enough to get to Land Cruise Mountain Park before they shut it
Before
down.
they shut, yeah.
And I'm spewing about that because it's such a nice
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
I never got to take the 79 there either. But
Sad.
there's just places like you head just a bit north of Gympie, you got Mount Walsh National Park.
Yeah.
It's not so much for driving, it's more of a experience touring
Yeah.
sort of spot.
Touring, exploring.
You head up, you just keep going. Like, you got Woodgate, Kinkuna Beach.
Oh,
That's another
Kinkuna's a nice
quiet
one.
little spot.
Let's touch on Woodgate.
Yeah,
That would be my favourite place to go.
Really?
it's sick. I've only been twice. Just
Right.
beautiful.
It is. Have you been before, Tommy?
I've been to Woodgate and King Kuna once.
Man.
Stunning.
It is like so close to here.
Yeah.
There is no beach driving permits.
Yep.
Mm.
There is nobody there.
And you know what? My biggest worry about King Kuna and Woodgate is that it becomes the new.
Yeah, let's shut
DI.
the fuck up. It's a shit place. Nobody go there.
Yeah. Like
I know exactly what you're saying.
I've talked to my dad about DI back in the day, back in my
Dude.
dad's day, and they'd go up and talk about it like we are King Kuna right now,
Or Fraser.
or Fraser.
Like,
And DI is now everybody's go-to. It's still a beautiful spot, but it's just
Yeah.
so packed. And that's my worry about King Kuna. Once that Gympie bypass goes in,
yeah, it's
chops 20, 25 minutes off your trip,
Yeah.
it's 2.5 hours to King Kuna.
And let alone, like, Woodgate's such a nice, beautiful, small town.
Stunning.
You go through there, every time you roll through, everyone's like quite respectful. You go to the pub, they've got an awesome
Yeah.
little pub there.
Oh,
Have you
great.
seen the pub's actually been revamped?
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I was
It's a
spewing
bummer.
last.
It's a bummer.
The first time I went there, they had the pub where you could sit out the back on like a swing set while you eat your pub meal.
No
it was
way.
fucking
Yeah,
dope.
bro. On this, they were like these sick little swings on chains, and they had a glass table with like Woodgate pub in like pebbles.
It was awesome.
No
Bro,
way.
such a cool vibe, but they've completely facelifted it now.
And last time I went back up there, I was like, boys, we're going to this pub.
Yeah.
You sit on swings, everything we roll in. It's a construction zone. And we're like, fuck.
Yeah, my oldies are up there, so I'm always up
Oh,
there
man.
all the time. And
True.
yeah, when that pub got revamped, I was like, it's kind of lost its touch
Yeah.
for being the beautiful little coastal pub that it was. Like, it's
Yeah.
still really nice pub. The feeds there are phenomenal
Yeah.
Yeah.
at a pretty good price too.
Yep.
And then you can literally head down from there to Theodolite Creek. Don't know if you've been there before. And then it's a nice little creek. You can go surfing, jet skiing in there.
Sick.
Despite the locals not
Wanting it?
completely being a fan by you.
Actually-
jet skiing there.
You know, it would have been, it was on the Explore Life channel. they did. It would have been. It was Maddie, like Bridget, and that. It was like the
TJ.
girls.
Was TJ there too?
Maybe, I don't know. It was definitely the girls, and they did like Mount Walsh National Park, Lake Paradise.
Was it a bush to
would
beach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did, like, that's when they did like Bridget's Rundown and that, and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. They did it there, and that's when I first seen
Really?
the pub, the
Yeah.
swing set, and I was like, the next week, that's when I went up.
Oh, true. I
Yeah.
do remember that video. I think TJ met them on the beach.
Yeah, he might.
I think he ended
you're
up
right. Yeah, that was
on the
before
beach.
Mac was with him.
Yeah, it was just TJ.
So, yeah, it's just different things like that. And it's just like, all right, I'm going up there. I loved it. And
Yeah.
so, I don't
That
know,
was a
to
good
get back
vibe.
there, it's just cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still have it, but the horseshoe up the top end of the North Beach.
Yeah. That's still a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, I haven't actually been up there in like probably over a couple years
Really?
because we've just always camped down the bottom end, never really wasted our time going north.
Yep.
But yeah, the horseshoe up there, it's like this little track that you go up
Yeah.
a sand dune around. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like a horseshoe. It's, yeah. I think Cancun is just so underrated.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Definitely.
like even the inland track to get there is still soft. Like
Well,
it's soft. It's great.
It's like Baja.
Yeah.
It's
Little
like
do you
whoops,
know.
and like,
There's many tracks to get there.
there's heaps.
You can actually take a track from Woodgate, the town itself,
Really?
Yeah.
and it's a bit of a hectic one. It's long. You got to know where you're going.
Yeah.
But there's a few little freshwater tea tree crossings. You go through
Sick.
like a forest, and
Wow.
there's a really cool track to get there. Or you can just take the basic inland track that's on the way to
The
Bundaberg.
standard one.
Yeah.
You go past like it's like the silica mine or whatever it is,
Yeah.
like the glass mine, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You can head out like the back of there, up through the top.
Yeah.
You can go like there's two sort of main points that come into Cancuna. You got through the town. You got, I think it's like Barham Heads or Barham Point.
Yeah. Yep.
Through there, like there's so many different little tracks, but
It's a sick spot.
it's so like nothing's monitored up there.
No.
And the problem is that there's so many idiots going up there destroying it
New Year's.
that it's going to be the next DI where
Yeah.
they're going to be putting cameras in, they're going to be putting
Touch
permits,
wood.
and it's just
I really hope not because that's just another beach
they're going to have to though.
that gets.
Yeah, well, I've
used.
seen
Yeah.
a lot of like, probably in the last 6 months, a few posts being like, bush stuff at Cancuna,
Let's go.
fuckwits drifting around, rolling their cars and shit, and it's like, oh,
Yep.
sweet, so you are
You are
fucking
gonna
the
ruin
place
the
up,
beach.
yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
And I don't know if you've seen last weekend. Oh, so the time we're filming this, it's last
Yep.
weekend. By the time this comes out, it'll be about 2-3 weekends ago.
Okay.
Old mate that passed away up at Double Island. Did you see that?
Did someone die?
Yeah, so
Holy
we're
shit.
filming this the 1st of June. It was last weekend.
I knew someone rolled their car.
No, it wasn't even a
Was it
car.
not?
My first thought was, oh, there's been a passing away on Double Island. And I've gone, oh, fuck, what idiot's gone and rolled a car or crashed or something.
Yeah. Fuck.
Turns out who knows what happened. Late at night, walked away from his campsite. No one seen him. Next day, he was found at like 2 p.m, washed up on the beach near freshwater.
Oh.
So he's gone from camp zone, just gone for a swim. There's so many rips up there.
Shit.
Do not go swimming at night time.
Shit.
Right.
That's.
And yeah, so, but like my first thought was, all right, fuck, another thing that, now someone's died up at DI
They're gonna do
in a
stuff.
car accident, and then it turns out like, who knows what's happened. Like
Probably-
you don't know
So
what state he
sad.
was in or anything. If he was drunk, mental state, anything. And yeah, he's gone for a swim, sucked out in the tide. And yeah,
That is actually
21
so
years old.
Oh.
You've actually really got to watch that at DI.
Yeah.
I got caught in a rip up there as well.
Really?
We were at the point on floaties, actually.
Really?
And then we jumped in at the point, and then we ended up in the wrong tide, and it sucked us.
Yeah,
Like, we were just in the lagoon, and
Yeah.
we were ripping out.
yeah,
Like, we were flying out. But obviously, we had a
Scary.
pretty big group of us, all very experienced. We know not to swim against a rip.
Yeah.
We swam out the side and we were all good, but it was like full panic stations
Yeah.
because it had tore us out of the lagoon. We were out in the open ocean.
Yep.
And then we were like, fuck, how do we get out of this? Think about it. And then obviously swam out the side of the rip, swam back in. Like, we were definitely probably half a K from the shore.
Holy shit.
And then, I don't know if you've seen, but there's some fucking serious sharks that cruise around there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So not
shit,
only
yeah.
was it rip panic, it was holy fuck, get out of the water panic.
It's sharky ass.
yeah. It's not a place like, especially in daytime, it's dangerous enough.
Yeah.
Let alone nighttime. So like, Yeah, condolences to old mate's family, friends,
Yeah.
everyone that was up there with
All
him
the
that had to
respect.
deal with that.
That's really.
Like
That's
it's gnarly to hear about, but it's gnarly to be there is another case. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like it's just something you don't want to
be
see
chilling around
anywhere.
a campfire with someone and then have it all go
They're gone.
pear-shaped.
They go missing and
Having a
Like-
good weekend and then gone.
yeah,
That's really.
like they reckon it was 9 o'clock at night he went missing. So it's like
Jesus.
7:30 now here, and it's just like imagine one of us going down in the creek, we just
Yeah.
don't find us again. Like it's just it's a tough one to swallow. So,
Very tough.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah.
scary experience running out there. If you don't know what you're doing, like
Mm.
with anything really, even like trips like the Cape, it would be very easy to die out there.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
shit, yeah.
Because like if you go at the wrong time of the season when there's no one else there,
Mm.
fuck man. If you run out of food, run out of fuel, your car breaks, run out of water,
Yep.
you're dead.
Well, even you guys got to be careful doing this budget thing.
yeah.
Oh,
Going up the Cape. Like
there'll
it's,
be enough cars around us.
Yeah, true.
There's
gotta be
always
plenty of
we're,
cars.
we're at the right time of year where there's a lot of people around.
True.
But it's
Yeah.
the other thing you got to watch about KO. We're so placid to it down here. We see water, we just go jump in.
Yeah.
Like we just dive straight into
True,
it. Up
Crocs.
there, Crocs. It's
Everywhere.
always in the back of your head. Every single water hole you go to, like
Oh, shit.
Crocs. And I don't know, I was very like mellow to it last year. I went up. Like first water crossing we got to was like Dulhunty or somewhere like that. We crossed through, parked the ute up, and we're just sort of like sitting in the creek. And there's just a little waterfall, and I'm just going, it should be all right.
Yeah.
And I just jumped in, had a swim, and I was sick. But like, it was one of those areas where like there's so many people going through every day.
Yeah.
It's everything that's going on is such a popular area. There's not going to be a croc sitting in that waterhole when people are driving through every single day.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
Bro,
yeah.
you would be surprised.
you'd be surprised, but
I'm from far north Queensland. I was born and
Crocs-
bred up there.
crocs
and
also don't like running water, I believe. I could be wrong.
no, they're not a big fan of it, nor are
Yeah.
they a big fan of rocks.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, I'm born and bred far north Queensland, so I was always drilled into me never go near the water.
Don't go near
Yeah.
the water.
It was like you'd go to the beach, you don't swim.
Yeah.
You stay back from the water. You
Mm.
think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like it was very stay the fuck away from any murky,
Yeah.
salty water.
Yeah.
Because fuck, we'd have some very close encounters.
Really?
Yeah, my old boy
Mm.
got chased by crocs.
Holy shit.
His mates is like ripped fingernails out trying to climb up banks, getting away
Oh.
from him. So crocs are one of them things that I'm like, even now, I'll
Yeah.
be at the beach and be like, fuck, imagine.
Yeah.
Like I remember my first time when I was real young, going down to a beach in Victoria. All my cousins went and jumped in the water straight away. I was like, fuck that, I'm not going near that water.
Yeah.
And it took me so long to process that it's
Yeah.
actually okay.
Dude, I was the same when I got back to the sunny coast. Because 6 weeks up in North Queensland,
yeah.
it's drilled into your head by the end of it. Like
Got to be so careful.
camping at Loyalty Beach for a week.
Yeah,
And then
that's big bad.
and then after that I went to Weeper.
oh yeah,
Spent 2 days there. And it's just like, so I had a friend, she was working at the caravan park in Weeper, so I stayed there for the night. And she was like showing us around, taking us to pubs, telling us everything. She's like, do not walk onto the beach at night. There's a massive croc.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, fair enough. Not going in the water.
Yeah.
And then like up at Loyalty Beach, like we'd sort of walk out into the water at low tide and you're ankle knee deep. We're hitting balls and stuff around. And it was clear enough that you could see around you for a good 20, 30 metres.
Yeah.
Like if something had to be in there that was a decent size, you would have seen it. But people are just like, what the fuck are you doing in the water? Like freaking out. And I'm just going like, oh, we're pretty safe here. But then like 2 days later, we're up at Punsa and there's just a croc sitting on the beach. And I'm just like,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, right.
yeah, they've got one croc up there at Punsan that just chills on the beach and hangs out.
Just stays there.
It's crazy.
I ended
yeah.
up sleeping on the beach at Punsan.
They're very territorial.
It was terrifying.
Why the fuck did you sleep on the beach?
Yeah.
Big circumstances that we won't talk about on this podcast.
Oh,
yes.
But I ended up getting slept on a swag on the beach. Very drunk decision because of some things that had happened. And the whole time I was like, I'm just waiting for a croc to tap on the side of this tent. And I'm going to be so fucking fast. Usain Bolt won't have fuck all on me, bro.
a lot of people, everyone. I went up Cape last year with a swag. And like I had the stretcher out some nights I was on the ground and people were like, how the hell are you sleeping in Cape York with Crocs around on a swag? It's like, they're going to be there anyway. Like
Yeah.
rooftops, you don't have to have a rooftop to go to Cape York.
Not a
No.
You can do it on a swag. And most of the spots where you're camping at, there's so much going on. There's not going to be a croc around there like 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
And if there is, they're not coming up to cars, and you don't leave your food scraps out, and you don't bait it. But the biggest problem we actually had at Cape wasn't crocs or animals or anything. We got to Loyalty Beach. There's horses going through people's caravans and pantries and tubs of food, and they're ripping campsites apart, these wild horses.
Holy shit.
They just go into the bins and they rip them apart. And then at night time, like we'd sit there at night time, we had that bloody blind in the middle of the night. And there's the locals up there run through the campsites, and they'll be breaking into your cars they only want to steal money.
No way.
And it was just like, fuck. And it's annoying that you go up to this such a beautiful spot, and then the campsite next to us, they got robbed. We're just like, fuck. Like,
It's one of them things when you're camping, you're so naive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. My keys are in my ignition right now.
Same.
My wallet's in my
Yeah.
car.
Same.
Everything's in my car. Like, you're so naive when you're camping, you relax, you think you're by yourself.
Yeah.
You've really got to watch, people. People are unpredictable.
100%.
I mean, up there, when I heard that, like the night we pulled in, they're like, yeah, someone got broken into last night. They lost $1,000 or something like that.
Fuck.
I was like, yeah, well, like I'd sleep open up there because it's so hot with the
Yeah.
swag open, everything. I was like, you know what? I'm just put the knife under the pillow.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's
It's
just
so
like-
worth it.
You never know, but it was just,
It's
Yeah.
it's fucked, man. The shit that people do.
Oh,
Mm.
it's horrible.
Especially like I've actually heard a story. I'm not really sure how true it was. Could have been yarns, but apparently at DI, the camp beside them was like a bunch of very angry people,
Really?
and they ended up robbing them, bashing them, and stuff.
Holy
I don't know if
that's
it's, I
fucked.
don't know if it's a true story. The people didn't sound very believable.
but you
However,
do
if it-
hear that shit going on.
Yeah,
Stuff
however it did
happens.
happen, it would be fucking tragic.
Mm.
That's so bad, eh? Can't even think of the people who just go, yeah, you know what? These boys next to us seem to be having fun. Let's go kick the shit out of them.
Fuck them guys.
Yeah.
Fuck them for having fun.
yeah.
Yeah. And half the time it's over something stupid.
Yeah.
Like, very stupid.
Oh yeah, I've seen
It's-
some
it's a-
fucking fights.
It's
at
over
DI,
a
haven't-
girl, or it's fucking
yeah.
over someone's making a little bit of noise, or someone's having fun, and
Yeah.
the people next to them can't stand it. Like, you got to respect your neighbours when you're camping. Like, we've set up tonight well away from pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
Just
That's
'cause-
how we wanted it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
realistically, we're actually not making much noise at all.
No,
Really
until the
enjoy having a
podcast
chat.
finishes.
Oh,
Podcast finished, we might throw on some music and get going.
yeah.
Crank that
Actually,
fire that we've got going behind us.
fire's actually out.
Yeah,
It was
Oh,
ripping before.
Fire's dead.
Sorry, assistant cameraman, would you be?
Are you good to get it going again, bro?
Our assistant's been feeding us beers all night, and I
Yeah.
guess it's his time to shine and go feed the fire a little bit.
He's been sinking tillies too.
No, Mitch. Well, we got two Mitches on this trip,
Yeah.
so it's been hard to get around. But Mitch has been running his ass off
Yeah.
all day, filming, just running around doing everything.
Yeah, he's just been running up and down hills with the camera. Hey, Mitch, can you jump out of the car for a quick shot, bro?
Hey,
Jump
brother, set
out,
up the
get
drone.
this shot,
Hey, brother,
this
get
angle.
this shot, get this shot,
Yeah.
get this shot.
Get
No,
this
make sure you
shot.
get this angle. Oh, no, do it again. We didn't like that.
Yeah. Did you get that or did you miss that? Let me just check. It was out of focus. Go again.
Yeah.
There's plenty of stuff going on.
What the hell are you doing over there?
Yeah, so we've ended up dragging up some trees. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm a bit of a pyromaniac when I go camping.
I'm the exact same.
It's great.
Yeah.
Tommy was down there breaking off sticks, and I was
Yeah.
like, mate,
Grab a tree.
look at the fucking bigger picture.
Yeah.
I was like, you're pulling sticks off this tree. Why don't we take
I'm looking for the
tree?
log. I'm
Yeah.
looking for the trunk.
Yeah,
While you're
Well-
snapping off twigs, I'm going to take the birth. I'm going to take the mother of those twigs.
And that's quite literally what you did.
Oh, I was like, boys, I know that yous are trying to set up camp, but we've got priorities here.
Yeah.
And that's to get this fucking fire cranking.
Yeah.
Look, we did.
And I'm getting cold now, so we're probably end up sitting around it
is
very shortly.
freezing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but I'm like, yeah, shivering.
Yeah, I have been too.
Well, I
Drinking cold tillies.
I wonder
Yeah.
why I'm shivering. Maybe it's because Tommy covered me in water today at a water crossing.
Oh.
Oh, that was funny.
I was, full committed, trying to get the shot for Tommy. Then he decided, I don't know where this came from, to hit the crossing.
He backed up 20 metres.
Oh, he disappeared. I was like, I don't know where this guy thinks he's going. Where?
And you're calling me down to the water like, oh, stand here, get this angle, like right on the edge of the water. I'm like, I'm not getting my boots wet. So I walked back, and then I see Tommy just like reversing up. I'm like, I walked back further. And it's just this wall of water, had to been 5-10 metres high. And it just covers Mitch in the bushes.
Oh, man. I was like, I remember seeing the clip on my phone. I was like, fuck, he's hooking. And then I just saw this wall of water and went, Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, yep, I'm getting covered.
Because when MACCA went through, I was like, oh, no worries. I'll stand there. I'm safe.
You'll probably see that on TikTok or Reels, Instagram, somewhere.
I think you'll see it in a few places for sure.
It'll a blooper.
Nah, that's making the main video.
But it was so dusty on the tracks that like
everything was covered.
we just cleaned the car off. So it was nice. It would have been like 100 ml of water or something.
Not much.
Just enough to like wash the car off and
Yeah. But
Make
yeah,
a
we were
good
just
splash.
washing the cars. That's all we wanted to do.
Yeah, and wash me. I was a bit dusty from the day, so I guess he was doing me a favour.
Yeah, you're welcome.
it's just and we had a big swim.
True, we went for a freezing swim in Balloon.
Oh my God.
It was
Guys,
colder
if
than
you're
I'm
gonna-
cold now.
If you're going to go to Balloon this time of year, don't.
Take some towels, some blankets, some jumpers, some trackies. Go in for the experience, but then jump out and get warm.
Yeah, it's
And-
more like an ice bath, a health queen experience.
It is a health
Well,
queen.
I recommend as well doing it sort of around that lunchtime period because where we were, you get the sun directly above you, and you're not in the shade while you're also in the freezing cold water, especially while it's winter.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time to touch on some edgy content.
Oh,
How,
right.
how are we looking for time?
Edgy
We
content.
are in, geez, we're an hour 25 in.
Holy
Whoa.
shit,
Yeah,
we're gonna
that
have to
went
wrap this up
quick.
shortly.
Oh,
Holy
mate, we
shit.
can go as long as you want.
Oh.
All
There
right,
is no time limits on this. This
An
is
hour
now the longest episode we've done.
Hey, yeah,
well,
boys.
I want to touch on some touchy projects.
Go
yeah,
for
let's
it.
go touchy.
Controversy sells, boys.
Controversy
100%.
sells.
MACCA, what's the deal?
Deal with what?
Mate, we all know the deal. There has been beef
Beef.
all over.
There's a
In
deal,
the
and I'm a big
social
deal.
media.
I've heard some
Yeah.
beef between you and Short Mav.
The short Maverick Patrol.
Some little
Yeah.
flop I've seen floating around on Instagram and TikTok. Brother, I want to hear what is going on. I want to be involved. Let's go. What have we
So,
got going on?
well, I don't really think there's too much personal going on,
Yeah,
but it's like at the end of the day, I don't know the bloke at all.
yeah,
Still like King of the Strip this week, and I know he's going to be up there, so we'll definitely probably meet.
yeah.
At the end of the day, he put up a stupid post or comment on a post about a meet. I called him out for it. He reckons it was just a joke. You go to his Instagram page, you look at it, you go, it's 99% not going to be a joke, but he's called it a joke after the fact. Basically, he's blown it up online, made the sounds like
Made the TikTok.
it's a typical sound. Everyone's heard it by now. It's
Yeah.
like, short Mav, you're a fucking idiot, mate.
Yeah,
Like, and it goes in. He's got TikToks, everything. I haven't shared it really at all because
No.
I'm not representing my page that way.
no, yeah,
And you know, at the end of the day, I said what I had to say. I made an example. It ended up being his name dragged into it.
yep,
But we all agree that you know you can go out, you can have your fun, do your skids, do whatever.
yep,
We don't need that stuff at a four-wheel drive event in a public car park where there's liability. If someone
Yeah.
gets hit, it doesn't go to the person that owns a car park or anything like that. It goes back to, at the time, Pat was organising the event from Sunny Coast 4x4.
yeah.
If someone gets hurt there, he can get sued for liability.
100% because he was the
And
one who organised it,
Yeah.
and it just sucks.
And a lot of people don't understand that either.
It sucks when 99.9% of the people there are just wanting to go have a chat to the boys, have a chat to the chicks,
Yeah.
have a chat about the 4Bs, have a chat about future trips, future plans on the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen that Sunny Coast 4x4. He's actually like doing well.
He's a good young fella.
And
Yeah.
he's stayed consistent, man.
Yep.
he's smashing
Like,
it. What's
I
he
remember
got?
when he-
Almost 8K.
That's pretty
Something
good.
like that.
I
But
remember when he
but
first started.
I remember when he started about 2K, he hit me up one day, as probably close to a year ago. He's like, hey, can we, we've got some firewood going.
We got some firewood. Mitch is
He
smashing
hit
it.
me
Holy
up.
shit.
Yeah,
Black-
but
Blackies
like
underscore
Pat hit me up
TV.
and he's just like, hey, we want to do a photo shoot with your car, post on the page. And I was like, mate, all for it.
Yep.
Come out. Izzy from Four Wheel Republic, she come out, did all the photo shoot. I've
Yep.
since seen her again. She's done more photo shoots with the car when I've changed it.
Yeah, awesome.
Like, and it's just, they're just another group of people that just want to make a better change to the industry.
I think it's great.
And so it was really devastating when the same weekend we did the Bean Lee tour.
yeah.
There's two full drive events, like meets that were meant to be done. The Sunny Coast one that was inevitably cancelled because of what was said online.
So
The
fuckwit
threats-
said.
Yeah. And then the threats made against the event.
Yep.
as a promoter of event, you're not going to run an event if those threats are being made. You can't.
And the poor bloke put all the effort into
he does, and
organising
it's
the
his
time.
whole
This thing.
He's at the time I met him, he was 17. I think he might be 18 now. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But he's another young bloke that's just getting into the industry, trying to make his change. I believe he's just gone and bought a brand new, well, not brand new, but a GQ.
Nice.
And so he wants to get back out wheeling because he had a crash in his car or something.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like it sucks to see that, you know, because of a couple of comments online, events are cancelled and stuff like that. And now there's, like getting back to your original question about the beef, I think it's just people clout chasing off the beef, really.
Yeah.
Because I posted one, he put up a story, I shared it, that was it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to keep continuing to share stuff that's
not needed.
Just, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's going to make me look bad than what it is. Like,
yeah.
He shared it to a point where he's only making himself look more stupid.
Yeah.
And look.
Yeah, I think there's a flops in the industry and you can really pull them apart from other people.
Yeah.
And like for that Sunny Coast 4x4 bloke, like he's doing well for himself.
Yeah.
He's doing pretty good. Like I remember when he first started, he was hitting me up, hey, do you think you get like you and Sam do a meet and stuff? And obviously I was like, man, we're so busy. Like
we're getting smashed.
And there's a lot of people I know that don't want to go to the meets now because of the shit that's going on.
Yeah, like, and if you think about like the old school days, I don't know, you oldies, maybe they told you about like the car meets they used to have back in the days.
Yeah.
Those are all gone now.
Yeah, it's
like,
gone.
He's trying to bring that type of stuff back where you can go around, socialise, meet a new group of people,
Yeah.
which I think's awesome. That's great. You might actually meet
I've
your
met a
new
lot
mates
of
there.
people at those events.
Oh, it's great.
Probably not going to be mates with them, but I see him around now, like at rodeos or something on the coast, and you can walk up and comfortably say g'day to them because you've met them before. Like, you know they got an interest in four-wheels or something like that. So
yeah, well, the Jonah, I'm not sure if you've seen him, but from Sunny Coast Four-Wheel Driving, he's started another Instagram page, and he's starting to do meets and things out at Glasshouse.
Yeah,
and then
that's a
Sunny
sick.
4x4 Sunny Coast 4x4 has gotten in on it, and they're both like they're mates and they're running it together.
Perfect.
Like they're collaborating on Instagram posts. They're like, all right, we're going to go to Glasshouse today.
Yeah,
we're going to go from this time, meet at the big red car park. Little red car park. We'll get a big convoy going, and we'll just drive through Glasshouse for the day.
You start at the car park there. You head down west.
Yeah.
Up to the Wombat Holes. There's hard tracks, easy tracks.
Yeah.
You can do a bit of everything for any type of build.
Yeah.
It's good.
Like the boys are
hectic is
smashing it.
Glasshouse?
Oh, bro.
There is some gnarly stuff
Man,
there.
Every time, I've never personally taken my car in there. I've always been passenger.
I have.
That's that. Yep, I've been there, I've done that, and I fucking
Been
broke
there,
everything.
done that.
Yeah.
Break something every single time I go.
Yeah.
But that's,
It's a cool spot to just go and push the limits of vehicles. Like, we got some mates who just go to Glasshouse, know they're going to break shit, but still go and just want to send it.
And you're an hour north of Brisbane.
Literally, it's our backyard.
It's another thing that's in our backyard.
Yeah, Glasshouse is known, it could be known around Australia for all
Easily.
we know. Like, it's on YouTube videos, people test it. Sammy Isles does a lot of his rig rundowns around the Glasshouse area.
All like, even you've done, one of the first GU videos was out there.
Yeah, exactly. Like Maddie, the girls, they all took the GUs out to Glasshouse for the day and filmed a video around there.
Yeah, and I think that was
around.
when he first got it before he actually built it to what it is now.
It was stock as a rock. Had the twin turbos, obviously coily boy rear, but 33s, steel tray,
White paint job.
Leaking
Leaking
unlocked.
coolant.
Leaking coolant. Absolute shitter.
What's changed?
Nothing.
It just blows boots now on the track.
Yeah, it just blows boots.
Yeah. No, it's, I don't know. There's a lot going on in the industry that, you know, whether it's someone trying to organise something and people are always trying to shut it down.
Yeah.
And
I think we smashed it with the edgy shit. Oh, fire.
Oh my God.
we got
We got fire,
ripping.
baby.
If there is clips coming out of this, you're going to find that it went very dark and now it is very bright. That's good to see. I think we are nearly ready to go enjoy the fire.
Yeah, we probably should have a few more
Tilly boys.
tillies. I got another MACCA next to me.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. We've got to have dinner still.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going to
we
make
got-
Big Macs.
We're making Big Macs.
We're making Big Macs on the Explore channel.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's not even 8 o'clock yet. We're sorted.
Yeah, no, we're chilling. Macca, I've got a question for you.
Go for it.
You've started this podcast
Yeah.
for the industry to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
What are the long-term goals? Like, what do you want to make this out of? Do you want to inspire people? Do you want to just give people genuine entertainment for driving to work in the morning? Like, what is the goal for the Big Mac podcast?
Well, I've sort of mentioned on a few episodes already.
Yeah.
But the ultimate goal was I sat down probably middle to end of last year.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it comes back to every single day I was listening to podcasts. I was the consumer, working by myself, driving to work by myself, long drives, wherever it was, trips.
Yeah.
Like I went to Cape York last year. I had like 70-something podcasts
Holy
downloaded.
Yeah.
Just because that's what I listen to on the tracks when you're driving for 9 hours a day.
Yeah, wow.
And so it was like some of the biggest names that everyone knows, like the Joe Rogans,
Yeah, the big
Logan
guys.
Paul Impulsive,
Yeah.
Gypsy Tales. Now it's Alpha Blokes and stuff as well.
Alpha
like
blokes, yep.
there's so many out there. And I was like, I'm listening to all this stuff, and then I go, all right, in America, you got so many overlanding podcasts.
Yeah.
People in the American four-wheel drive space.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the Australian one?
Yeah.
That was my biggest goal. And I was just like, I'd talk more and more to boys, and I go, who are you listening to, like, on podcasts? And I'm sort of like baiting the waters of like, no one's listening to an Australian four-wheel drive podcast. No one's got one out there.
And so many people, like, we've got tradies on the road every day who are driving their dream rig around.
Half the people that message me in response to podcasts are all boys out in the mines. They're in a machine 10, 12 hours a day. There's
Sick.
the boys that are driving an hour each day to work.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of that I've done it for, is
It's awesome.
to bring another long-form side of the industry in
Yeah.
and just progress something in Australia that hasn't been done.
Yeah.
I see to the potential that I've done. Like the two biggest podcasts that I see in Australia at the moment is Gypsy Tales and Alpha Blokes.
Alpha blokes.
And they're absolutely killing it.
They're doing awesome.
Like I've known of Gypsy Tales for yonks now because my whole background was motocross and racing.
Yeah.
And so naturally you just come into that, you see his stuff that he was doing over in the States.
Yeah.
And he was doing trips around Australia. Like
Yeah.
he does trips up Cape York on motorbikes.
Sick.
And it's just like I learned stuff through there, and
Yeah.
I know I sort of got to a point where you're seeing some of the Australian four-wheel drivers like Maddie and
Yeah.
Shauno from 4Drive27, they're going to these other podcasts that have nothing to do with four-wheel driving in a sense
Yeah.
and telling their story. And I was like, why can't they be doing that on a four-wheel drive Australian-based podcast?
So, like, you decided to not go spend all of this money on camera gear, tripods, all that sort of thing to do YouTube, because that's been getting done to death.
You can't go to Fraser or DI or anywhere like that's local to us and film a video that hasn't been done.
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone's done it.
So you've gone and bought your fancy, colourful board and all these mics and microphones and headphones, and you've gone.
I've sort of invested long term into this. Like,
it's the thing about taking the plunge.
Yeah.
Like, it's great to have the idea about doing it and going, I could make that podcast. But going as far as you've gone by taking the plunge, like, man, these mics in front of me, I'd hate to know what they cost. These headphones that are sitting on my ears, I'd hate to know what they cost. That board in front of me, I know you said was $2,500.
Yeah. It's a fun fact was I sort of set a date for myself.
Really?
And when I first started, I made the Instagram page.
Yep.
Hampton's Media Services made me a logo. Sick. And I basically posted on there, I said, this week I'm putting out the first episode.
Sick.
So the actual intro that's on there was filmed with headphones, my phone and my laptop.
Wow.
Didn't have any of this.
Yep.
And then when I actually announced that first episode's coming out this week, I didn't even have an episode filmed. Wow. And I was like, so I went out, I spent everything to my bottom dollar.
Yep.
Literally $0. Got all my podcasts, and I was just like, all right, I'm waiting on money to come in now.
That's sick.
Filmed 2 episodes, had Matt and Chloe jumped on straight away. They were like, they knew about everything happening.
Yep.
Filmed it, and I just said, I'm running with it. And
that's awesome.
so like even this week, I only had 2 mics and 2 headsets at the start.
Yep.
So I went out this week and I was like, all right, I've got Sam and Monique, and then I've got you 2 boys, and then we're going to Fink, and we're doing all these trips. I was like, now I've got to go buy another mic and that. But I'm trying to get like expand into get the cameras going. Like eventually I want to have a ball and studio, a couple of cameras running,
Hell yeah.
someone producing it, like, you know, get it set up properly.
The
But
whole roll.
for now, it's raw, it's me. Everything you see, all the content, it's filmed by me, edited by me, done by me. And yeah, I'm just sort of taking a different approach to it. Like, I'll get into my
So
YouTube,
good.
but
Yeah.
it's everything I film on YouTube is iPhone.
baby.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the way. Like you see, I'm not sure if you guys have seen him, but Maverick in America, Mav. Have you seen him?
It's MAV.
MAV.
Yeah.
Everything he films
Yeah.
is on an iPhone.
Well, same as Whistle and Diesel, Cletus
Oh,
McFarlane.
Literally.
They're all-
Whistling.
Yeah, the literally biggest YouTube channels when it comes to
Biggest.
fucking up cars and shit.
He's got, like, Whistling Diesel.
All iPhone.
In some of his videos now, he's got some nice clips with some good cameras. But
Yeah.
all his old videos, that's still got millions and millions of views.
Yeah.
No music. iPhone.
Yeah.
Zoom in, zoom out in a few different things to make it look funny.
Yeah.
And then post.
Like I've got the two biggest YouTubers that I watch
Yeah.
that are very regular is Heavy Diesel,
Yeah.
and he's got proper camera guys running around, drones, everything, like the
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah.
And Cletus McFarlane.
Yeah.
Everything's done on an iPhone unless he's in a race car or a drag car. It's on a GoPro just for
Yeah.
their safety reasons and
Yeah.
whatnot. But it's like, it's so simple to be able to do. Why isn't more people doing it? Like,
100%.
it just goes to show that you don't. People think you have to go spend 10, 15 grand on camera gear and editing software and all this stuff
Yeah.
to go be a YouTuber.
Nah.
You don't.
No way.
Like,
Hell no.
I was lucky enough to buy a laptop that already had Photoshop and Final
Yeah.
Cut Pro and all that.
Nice.
And that's all I use.
Yeah.
I understand it, so it's simple. But upload my phone footage to it, simple, done. This is on an SD card, drag and drop, done.
Yeah.
It's just easy.
Yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
like for people trying to get into it, you don't have to go crazy.
Hell no.
Like-
Invest in the thing that you've already got. 99% of people already have a phone. If not, some of them have two.
100%. You got the burner
Just
phone.
use your phone.
iPhones, the quality is that great.
Oh, it's unbelievable
And then
now.
all you need is a little laptop to edit on.
I need to take a piss.
Like I bought a cheap laptop that worked, and then I had Adobe. I actually had Adobe Premiere Pro
Yep.
from an ex-girlfriend of mine.
Yeah.
Outsource. I'm sure you've got a mate that's probably got
Yeah.
it.
Someone's got it.
Yeah,
And-
outsource, and then just get started. Then when you're really rolling, just
Yeah.
get into it.
But like, if you're thinking about, I don't know, even just filming trips on the weekend, or you want to film a TikTok or a reel or something like that, get your phone up and just have a play with how many settings are on your iPhone.
Oh man,
Like,
it's
it is
crazy.
insane. I found out the other day, if I'm on photo mode and I swipe down, I can change between different filters on my actual lens.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like so I can film, like, change between like a vibrant, a warm, a standard lens, just while I'm actually zooming in and taking the photo, so I don't have to do it in After Effects.
I didn't even know that.
It's just
and
the
then,
crazy
like,
different
cinematic
things.
mode on iPhones now, you can
Like,
change your point of focus, you can change your depth. You zoom in
Insane.
×3, and for some reason somehow it's clearer. Like,
Yep.
you don't need all this crazy gear to get into it. So
No.
for anyone that's trying to get into it, 100% just give it your best crack.
Like, and water sports, definitely invest in a GoPro.
Oh, 100%.
You can't go wrong. Like, your phone's good to a point,
Yeah.
but around water, you don't want your phone that is your livelihood to most people.
Tommy, that was the quickest piss I've ever seen. in my
I
life.
know, I was
I
thinking the
just-
same thing.
I just emptied the tanks, bro. I've had a few Tillies while we've been
We've had a
sitting
lot
here.
of Tillies. Look, I'm feeling the same, but
I have a little pile
keep
beside
rolling.
me.
Keep rolling.
See how long I can hold it in for.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
I really tried. I was squeezing me tip. by
I broke
end
the
of it.
seal early and it's fucked me.
Hell yeah.
So we're hitting Kenilworth Bakery tomorrow. Do a
Oh,
comparison.
Brother, I'm
I'm
going to fuck that bakery up.
I'm so keen.
What are we
Like,
thinking? Like 1 kilo sausage roll or 1 kilo donut?
I think
I feel really bad for saying this.
we
I don't like Kenilworth Bakery donuts.
Really?
fuck
I'm
you.
not a fan. I think they're overdone.
See,
Wow.
I love. They're just simple, nice, like iced donuts. They're like Nutella caramel donuts. I love them.
Wow. I think for the video and for social media purposes, we need to do a 1 kilo challenge.
Done.
But I
Okay.
reckon we go the sausage roll.
I've got like 4,000
Oh.
calories to put in, so that sausage roll is going to half get me there.
You know what? We're gonna
Let's see who can eat the 1 kilo sausage roll the quickest.
let's do it, Matty. I'm sorry about the business card, but this needs to happen.
Yep. So if anyone knows Tommy, he needs a job. He's gonna have to. He's got good experience. He's gonna have to do something else for a while.
Yeah, I need to pay back my debt for 3 1 kilo fucking sausage rolls.
Send us the invoice.
It should make for some good content.
Yep.
I've got a belly that needs to be full right now.
Yeah, like, we need to cook up these burgers for tonight's dinner.
Yeah, I'm like low-key shivering. It's
Yeah,
cold
I'm
out here in
very
Kenilworth. Like, you might be sitting in your car in your aircon or your heater and super comfortable. But, yeah, trackies jump up freezing.
I'm in shorts.
Yeah, literally.
Let's take a fucking moment of silence for our cameraman who's in a t-shirt and shorts.
T-shirt and shorts, and
How
he's
the-
sitting there the whole time while we're just...
I have a jumper and jacket on and trackies, and I'm still freezing my ass.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
freezing.
He's been keeping the tillies cold and
Shit.
coming, and he's been keeping our fire going.
Quick shout out to my sponsor of the podcast, LJ Fab.
LJ Fab.
He's giving me a nice hoodie this week, and it's
Stop
very
it.
paying itself.
it's doing some good.
Yeah. Oh, we might finish it there. We'll get hooked into dinner.
I think we
And
got to do
sit
this
around the
again at
fire.
some stage.
Oh, 100%.
I
It's gonna
reckon we
happen.
got to do a part 2.
I don't know
Definitely.
how the time has flown so fast, but I've
Dude,
actually had a lot of fun.
Hour
Me too. This has
45. This
been
is the
great.
longest podcast
Hour
ever.
45.
Holy fuck.
Dude, it's
We
gone
need to
quick.
stop chatting shit, cunt.
Yeah. No. Oh, anything you boys want to plug, socials, everything like that? Let them run.
Oh, Mitch, you go
Fuck,
first.
guys. Don't even waste time with my TikTok for at least the next 6 months. Then the sass will get there, then it'll get exciting. But
Yeah.
for now, I'm just kind of laying low for a bit.
What's
Fair.
your Instagram, Mitch Farrell? We'll have it all linked below
Mitch
anyway.
_Farrell.
Mitch _
Jump on
Farrell.
the Instagram, give us a follow. Jump on the TikTok. Have a look through the videos, guys, see what you think. I know my 12 volts fucking shit, but go and
Hey,
criticise me as much as you want. I'm open to the honest opinions.
we all start somewhere.
Fair
Exactly.
enough. I'll do a shout out to the Explore Life. Obviously, I
100%.
wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Explore Life or Maddie or any of the crew. My personal Instagram is tommy.camps. You'll see some of my personal stuff on there, but I also give a shout out to the Mr. Cameraman over there, Blackies _TD. He's got his shitbox TD42 GQ
What's new, mate?
over there. But yeah, shout out the Explore Life.
Right. Oh, I'm going to put a little extra plug in there. Thanks for bringing us on this trip.
No,
Bloody
fuck,
awesome
appreciate
already.
it,
Man,
worries,
it's been a
boys.
sick trip.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks
glad I
for
got this
coming.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been sick. The video is going to be
Yeah.
unbelievable. I think people are going to love it.
We're going to have a bit of fun.
Thanks for bringing us on the podcast.
Oh, of course,
It's
anytime.
been a long life dream. I listen to this thing every day.
I know. You're one of the people that message every week.
Yep.
And I say it, and you just go, "That's another killer podcast. Love
Yeah.
it. That was sick. Like, best episode yet." And it's like every week I'm just slowly getting better and better and better.
I've
Hell
actually been
yeah.
listening to them on my drive home and to from work because obviously I work on the Gold Coast,
Got big K's, baby.
BKs as
Me
well.
and you.
So I've been like listening to them and going, "Fuck, what am I going to say? Pressure's on."
Yeah. No, it's been sick. Mac, you're doing a great job. You're doing a good
appreciate
thing
it,
for the
boys.
industry.
Yeah. I'll make sure you check out Explore Life,
Yep.
everything they've got going on there. Offshore,
Yeah.
survival, who knows.
Yeah, off grid. Nav with
Explore
off grid.
4x4.
Explore 4x4. It's where it's at.
Yeah. Go check out the shop. They got heaps of merch.
Yeah, we got a
So-
lot of merch going. The 79 is being given away in 3 weeks.
Yeah. So
Someone's life is going to be changed.
by the
forever.
time you see this, you'll have 1 week left.
1 week left.
Fucking
That's
get above
79.
it, boys. Why would you not get under that?
Like, I don't
It's
know
free.
why. It's literally free.
It's free. So
People can win a $250,000.
I entered.
You entered?
Yeah.
I
Imagine
don't know
if you
you're
won.
allowed to win,
Oh.
bro.
It would look rigged now,
It would.
but why not? It's a live draw, and we're not
Oh.
rigging anything. It's
Mate.
all real. Maddie only goes real.
Yeah, that's it. So jump over, check out the socials, tag myself,
Yeah.
Mitch, and Tommy
Yep.
on Explore 4x4 or Tommy Camps,
Yep.
and screenshot and share the episode.
Yeah,
we'll,
hell
we'll try
yeah.
and share as many as we can. So
We'll try to put some clips up. We've got the camera roll in this episode. We're going
Yeah.
to try push it as hard as we can and get as many people around this podcast as we possibly can because it's fucking awesome.
get a bit of Instagram clips rolling.
Yeah.
I think that's a go.
Hell yeah. Instagram clips. Who knows? A TikTok could fucking blow.
I don't have TikTok.
Really?
I don't have TikTok.
You still
Shit,
don't
at all.
have TikTok?
I'll post it for you, bro. It's all good.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we'll run it.
I might have to hire someone to run TikTok.
Yeah, done. Sign me up.
Yeah. Perfect. No. Thank you, legends. Appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, boy.
Boys, see you in the next one.
You. Oh, let's get around the file.
Nice
Perfect,
work.
boys.
That's
Fuck, that was so much more fun than
That
I
was
thought.
actually, bro, you wouldn't expect a podcast to be so much.
That was actually fun.
Sick, eh?
Can't, where's this fire? Fuck.
We've done well, boys.